And we welcome you to Austin College Roos football here on Big Daddy Media on the FloSports platform. I'm Chuck Licata along with Brian Scott. A little bit of history here. Big Daddy Media started in 2021. We're proud to be with Austin College. We've been with Concordia now for 15 years. This is our second year to work with the University of Dallas. Our first year to work with Austin College. If you've seen some of the volleyball or some of the soccer, we have broadcast those for you. So hopefully, we're getting settled in here. Looking forward to our first ever collegiate football game on Big Daddy Media. Big Daddy Media, for a little history, started out as KMAX Sports way back in 2004, before some of you were born. No offense, right?
Not me.
Not you. Not Brian, that's for sure. And we have been broadcasting ever since. The pandemic took everybody down, so we shut down. I was very fortunate in August 2021, we opened up as Big Daddy Media. Thrilled to have Brian with me at that time. Randy Fry, who is our president and normal QA. Normal. That's subjective, I guess. And the Sarge, Emilio Juarez, who is my brother in Christ. Glad to have him as our QA today. But a lot of history. I've been broadcasting for 38 years. You've been in it for 20-some years. So we are thrilled to bring you Austin College football, our first ever venture into college football broadcasting here on Big Daddy Media.
I can't be more thrilled myself. Austin College, it's going to be a great partnership. It started out great last weekend with the volleyball tournament. 8 games in 2 days, plus a full slate of soccer. So we're hoping that you're catching the entire spectrum of Austin College athletics. We will have it all season long. Obviously, football typically is what most people think of, and obviously we're going to focus on that tonight, but definitely check out the entire spectrum of sports here across the athletic facilities here at Austin College, because there is great things happening, not just on the football field, but on all of the other fields as well.
That's right. Our contract with Michelle Philander, the new AD, boy, you talk about ushering in an era. New broadcast company, new AD. Jeff Kelly's been here forever and a day, does such a great job, was tremendous for us today. Jeff, thank you for your efforts as well as we continue on with this relationship. And we're kind of jumping in on a relationship that was there. If you watched Austin College football previous to this year, you're going to know that the next gentleman I'm going to introduce here, because he's done the broadcast, so we're kind of picking up where he left off, if you will. We're all riding this train together, the Roos train, if you will. And
there were some good pieces of the past that we want to keep.
Right. Exactly.
And bring with us.
And you can't get better than this guy. So I'm going to introduce him now. Kirk Hughes, who, again, a legend here at Austin College, knows the history. Reminded me that Austin College, one of the first 5 ever programs to have a football program here in the state of Texas. He knows everything there is. He's played college here, and we are thrilled to have him on our broadcast crew. So I'm going to take the headset off, and Brian, you take it, and you and Jeff will do it. I'm looking to be downstairs on the field. We want to thank Ethan, who's out front doing the camera for the field, so you'll see the play-by-play on that camera. Then our Ethan will be here shortly. He'll give you some of the color and everything, and hopefully, if everything goes well, I'll be down on the sideline giving sideline reports. But in the meantime, let's get you the color man and the Austin College legend here, Mr. Kirk, who's, by the way, got to love the blazer. Wait till you see it. It's really cool.
So Chuck Licata, owner, CEO of Big Daddy Media, welcomes us to Austin College and Apple Stadium. We will see him shortly at the end of the quarters, maybe a few times in between down on the sidelines as he goes and gets set up. About 17, 18 minutes away from kickoff, we'll have the national anthem and starting lineups and the coin toss and all of that shortly. But I want to welcome in Kirk Hughes into the broadcast. Kirk, good to see you again. You need no introduction by me here. I'm the one that may need some introduction, but you are well known to everybody. But say hello again for the new season. 2025 is upon us, and it's a new dawn here for Austin College football.
No, I'm just really excited to be here and be part of this program and to help out and do anything I can to keep promoting Austin College football, because I'm a big fan and I support everything they do. And Michelle Philander and Jeff Kelly done an amazing job in keeping this program going, and so excited to have you guys a part of it now too, because I think we're going to see what you guys are going to see you've never seen before as far as this broadcast is concerned, and what not what I do, but what everybody else does behind the scenes with the camera angles. Normally we have one camera, which is very far shot. Now we're going to have multiple cameras, sideline reporters. It's going to be just amazing.
Well, we do it for the viewers back in front of their computers. You can even get FloSports on your TV screen like any other streaming service. So if you're streaming Texas or any of the others, like on the ESPN Plus app, you can stream FloSports the exact same way on your big screen right in the middle of your TV. Have your friends over, have some snacks, and enjoy Austin College football all season long and into the future. But we were talking downstairs about where the evolution of this program has come. And you were telling me a little bit about this field because I commented that there is no nicer field that you can find, some in Division I even, but in any of the lower divisions, it is beautiful out here. And so to be able to play under the lights tonight, I can't wait.
Yeah, this is one of the, like I was telling you earlier, this is probably like the sixth night game they've played in the history of Austin College on campus even. So it was just 3 years ago that we played our very first night game here. And so we've got the lights, we've got the field, the logo, we've got the Austin College in one end zone, Kangaroos in the other. It really is spectacular, and it's just very aesthetically pleasing to the eyes and for fans to see. Now we get to broadcast and really show it off.
Absolutely, and this field deserves to be shown off. But you can't play football without another team, so what better way to open up the season than to bring a team down from Michigan, of all places. They bring the cool weather with them. Kalamazoo, the Hornets, a home-and-home series. Austin College went up there last year, lost a close one as they tried to come back in the fourth quarter, hoping to repay the favor and send them back to Michigan with a loss. But, obviously respect for both programs by both coaches. It is a pretty cool thing to see all of the folks from Michigan down here today.
They got a great following, and I saw a bunch in the Outback that were in there partaking in some cold beverages and talking to some of the alumni, and Austin College does a very good job, the alumni, of welcoming them to the stadium and to Texas even. A little disappointed that it's hard to say that in September it's not even going to hit 80 degrees. Normally we don't even get below 80 degrees this time of year, and so they're going to get a huge break when it comes to the weather. That's one of the home field advantages that I think Austin College is kind of losing on a little bit. But
you've seen plenty of 105 degree days, especially before the lights era.
Yes, yeah. When we're talking 1 o'clock kickoff times and everything else, last year we moved a game to the night game only because the 2 days before the on-field temperature was 114 degrees, so it just wasn't conducive to play a football game on this turf. So we moved it to night. And so we did the same thing in scheduling this one, thinking that we're going to jump the gun and look what happens, right?
It is a beautiful early September evening, nonetheless, but definitely the weather being brought in from Kalamazoo because the Hornets are used to playing in this weather. They actually flew down here. I believe Austin College, when they went north last year, they bussed.
I'm not sure if they bussed or if they flew or not. I went and did some research. I think they may have flown up there as well.
That's a lot of moving parts at a Division III school. Let's talk a little bit about that. You've been in there, in that, mixer, so to speak, but to get 100 or so football players, the equipment managers, all of that going across the country with Division III budgets, and, it's not something you're not used to doing every week like the folks in Division I or the pro game. It's quite a load to undertake.
Yeah, it's a huge undertaking, really, and it's all put on the coach's shoulders, too, and the athletic director and sports information director as well. So they're the ones that, take the grunt of it. It's the student athletes that get the benefit and love it and have a good time, but it's just it's a lot of work. And there's a lot of penny pinching that goes on, too, to make sure you're saving as much money as you possibly can. And, we found out, last year that one of the teams that we moved the game tonight ended up, costing us a little bit extra money to have them stay overnight and everything else, and they decided to take the money and take the bus back and go home. We would have done the same thing.
Absolutely. That's just smart business in Division III.
Right.
You do anything you can to save a few dollars anywhere you can. A little bit about what you think we're going to see on the field tonight. Austin College comes in, a little bit of a rough season, but it's Coach White's third season. He now has a couple of recruiting classes under his belt. I think if you look at the two rosters, Austin College definitely this year has more experience than Kalamazoo. What are some of the keys that you're looking for when we get kicked off here shortly?
I think what I'm really interested in seeing this offense perform. We've got a huge offensive line, and we talked to Coach White yesterday, and that was what he emphasized too, is that offensive line. And with guys coming back like we have in the size, I wish the heat would help because we could wear them down, but I still think we're going to wear down Kalamazoo's defensive line a little bit. Look for Barrett Hudson, a lot of Barrett Hudson. We didn't really utilize him as much in that first game last year. He was a true freshman last year, didn't really know what he was really capable of. Now we do, and so now we're going to get to showcase him, and they're going to get to meet Barrett Hudson head on.
And I'm not sure, we talked to Coach White yesterday, as you said, and I'm not sure if they're prepared for two quarterbacks. Coach White said specifically, the folks out there, the naysayers might say if you have two quarterbacks, you have none. But in this case, he's really confident that there's a specific reason why he's going to play two quarterbacks. They both provide different skill sets, and he thinks he can keep the defense off kilter a little bit by, he's not even quite sure how exactly he's going to utilize them.
Yeah, and I think that's what it makes it very difficult for a coach to prepare. One, he didn't know to prepare for two quarterbacks until we just mentioned it right now. If they're watching the broadcast, they're learning it for the first time. More than likely,
we gave away the secret.
More than likely, they're going to learn.
And they have about 5 minutes to utilize that information.
Yeah, good luck, because Jalen Talton's the sophomore, the junior quarterback who has been here for the last 2 years, started all 20 games. And, he can run and he can pass. And so he is a dual threat when it comes to that. And then we've got the transfer who's coming in who he can pass. And he's more, very, very accurate and can throw the deep ball. So, but that doesn't mean he can't run too. Yeah. So, he's got all the skill set to get the job done.
Well, I'm hoping that it does trip up Kalamazoo a little bit and, something that they probably weren't preparing for. I bet that they think Talton's going to be the guy that provides 95% of the snaps. On the other side, something that Kalamazoo was really good at last year, they had the running attack that was very, very successful, over about 250 yards a game on the ground. How's Austin going to be able to attack that and get the tackling down? That was something specifically Coach White mentioned. If we can tackle, we have a sure chance, but if we don't tackle, it's going to be scary.
Yeah, so we're going to have 6 seniors on the starting defense to start this game. So we've got a lot of people that have some good playing time, good quality playing time, and experience. It is going to come down to tackling, right? Who's going to make the tackle and who's going to make the big play? Big hole there with our stud that left last year at linebacker, but we've got some guys that are going to have to step up, like Coach White said, next man up.
Absolutely. So we are 8 minutes away from kickoff. We are going to take a quick 30-second timeout before we bring you some of the pageantry before the start of the season. Brian Scott, Kirk Hughes, Zach Holmes, our producer, Ethan Kirstein, and the other Ethan on camera, and Chuck Licata is going to join us again downstairs, and of course, Emilio Juarez, our QA, joining you here with Big Daddy Media and FloSports. Let's actually keep it here and go to the field. Here come the Kangaroos for the first time in 2025.
What do you need me?
Welcome back to Apple Stadium. Brian and Kirk with you high above Apple. Well, it's not Apple Field. It's Robert and Joyce Johnson Field. Here as we get ready for the national anthem, 6 minutes away from kickoff, the storm clouds in perfect timing look like they're coming in. Hopefully they stay away.
I think they're going to stay away. The forecast actually said no clouds. We're going to see the temperature drop probably another 10 degrees over the course of the game. So I think we're going to finish the game at around 70 degrees or so. I think we're doing good.
And we send it down for the national anthem. As we get ready for kickoff, let's go down to the field where our very own Chuck Licata has somehow migrated from the booth all the way down. Chuck, tell us a little bit about some of the atmosphere down there. Thanks, Chuck. We're going to send it down to Chuck a few times here as he roams that Ruse sideline as we get ready for the coin toss. Kalamazoo in their visiting white jerseys today, the orange and black of the Hornets. White jerseys, white pants with their orange numerals coming from the far sideline. Going to meet the Ruse in their maroon and gold. Is that the official colors, I think?
Crimson and gold.
Yeah, crimson. So crimson jerseys, white pants, and those gold numerals that are going to look great once the sun goes down.
Looks like our team captains today for Austin College are going to be number 70, Felix Flores III, and number 73, Trevor Timmerman. And then we've got number 9, Trey Ritchie. And number 9 is Pablo Cantu. And number 6 is Cam Hammond, who's injured today. And then we're also going to have number 5, Barrett Hudson.
As the referees in the middle get ready to call the teams to the middle of the field. Our referee tonight is Jason Hickey. We spoke with before the game, looking to get a little more action than last night where they called a 6-man game, that the rain delay, the lightning delay, was almost as long as the game itself, as that was a 45-point mercy rule after about an hour. So I don't think we're going to see that tonight, Kirk.
No, I don't think we're going to see that tonight. I think we're going to see a pretty close battle.
Toss is in the air. And Austin College gets the choice. They defer to the second half. And they will take the south end zone here at Apple Stadium. Both teams shake hands. And the Kangaroos fandom gets on their feet and cheers, and you can hear the Ruse raining from below.
So, Brian, the history behind Austin College a little bit is that at home we typically wear our red jerseys. The red shirts are our home uniforms, and back when I played, the red shirts were referred to as really just the defense. And you wanted to start off having your red shirts on the field, let your defense set the tone early. So I think that's what Austin College, is going to luck into by winning the toss. They defer to the second half. The Hornets decided to take it. We're going to kick off and hopefully be able to set the tone early with our defense.
And here come those red shirts kicking off. Number 91, Caleb Balderas, one of the better kickers in the conference. 9 of 11 last year on field goals. Made a 49-yarder. And back to return for Kalamazoo is Nolan Janega and Mauricio Posey. Should be. And we are Hayes Gray and underway here for the Roos in 2025. Austin College and Kalamazoo in the opening kickoff sails out of bounds. So Kalamazoo's on offense, and their quarterback will be Dawson Scoopin, number 10, a senior from South Lyon, Michigan. His first start as a collegiate, as a senior. One lone setback. They play with 4 receivers, 3 on the left, 1 to the right. Right now, isolated Aaron Zeckman. Fake the handoff. Throws it left. Lucas Hannafin. He's got space across midfield to the 48 of the Roos defense and breaking a big one on the opening play.
Yeah, Trey Brewer came up to make the tackle, got blocked, and it was just had a wall of offensive linemen there ready for him.
1st and 10. Hornets back to pass. Scoopin, looking for someone. Instead, he's going to run it, chased out of bounds after about a 5-yard gain by Barrett Hudson. No, that was number 9.
That's Pablo Cantu. That's the senior linebacker from Kingwood. And he's one of the guys that Coach White talked about needing to step up and really make some plays. And, he kept the quarterback contained. I think he was the one that was spying on him and didn't let him get the huge rushing yards that he needed.
Connor Bell to the right of Scoopin. He's going to take the toss, his first carry of the game. He gets past the first tackler, and then he's ganged up on about 2 yards short of the first down by Eliel Sandoval, the senior, and Cantu assisting on the stop to bring up a 3rd and about 3.
That was number 15, Kenneth Alexander, who made that first contact. Couldn't wrap up, but he did slow him down just enough to keep him so that the rest of the defense could swarm and get the job done. So good job by the strong safety there.
And then everyone piled on after. So first 3rd down of the night. Scoreboard's not, now it's updating. Passed out, almost intercepted by number 3, Trey Brewer, the sophomore. Had about 55 yards of green grass in an end zone if he could have taken that back. He's kicking himself right now.
I think he knew the route better than the receiver did. I think he knew exactly what was coming. That was good game planning. So it's going to bring up 4th down here.
Oh, he read that route perfectly. Everything but the finish. So 4th and 3. Hornets going for it.
Yep,
and no. Delay of game. A little gamesmanship. Flag on the play. Did they move? They did. So it's going to be moving back 5 yards, and here comes the punt team. It was Travis Shimwell on the offensive line. So that will end what started out to be a promising Hornets drive. And Kirk, those red shirts buckled up once the ball got moved over into their half of the field.
Yeah, they bent, but they didn't break. So that was really good. We're going to see number 10 back there now to receive it.
Lowry. The punt. Going to go into the end zone for a touchback by Corson Moat. And it's going to be the first chance to see the Kangaroos on offense with 13:23 on the clock. That drive took 1:37. Hornets, after that first down, The Roos came to play and stopped him.
Yeah, kind of a swarming defense, and it was a good job. That key play was really Pablo Cantu, who kept the quarterback contained on that scramble, who had plenty of daylight if he gets past Pablo, but good job by the linebacker making that play. Now let's see what Jalen Talton can do.
So it's Talton, the starting running back, the quarterback, to Barrett Hudson, and it looks like a penalty on the first play. It's going to be a face mask. I didn't catch the number, but it is a penalty on the defense. So Barrett Hudson is going to tack on some extra yardage with a personal foul penalty, and that's going to get the Roos offense moving down the field.
That's probably the best way to get him down, though, early. If you really want to know the truth, he's very low. He's Barrett Hudson's 5'8", 190, has huge legs, and you're not going to get lower than him. And he is going to bring the wood when it comes to lowering that shoulder, and he usually delivers the blow.
Watch Barrett Hudson, 959 rushing yards last year. He was the conference newcomer of the year. He's out of the backfield now. Throw by Talton. It's complete to number 85, Michael Kress. The junior takes it for about 8 yards up the left side. It's going to be 2nd and 2 right at the 45-yard line.
They're going to give Michael that much of a cushion. They're going to keep running that play over and over and over again until they stop it, because that's too easy for Michael and Jalon. Shout out to his mom who's watching up in Massachusetts today.
We hope you're enjoying the broadcast here on Big Daddy Media and Flow Sports. Here's Talton, lone empty backfield. Across the field, deep down is number 1, Jeremiah Johnson, making the catch, jumping. And that's a big gainer for about 27 yards, bringing up another first down for the Roos.
They got out of that man-to-man and went to his zone, and they called just the right play to have him fall right in between the free safety and the cornerback.
Jalon Talton with Hudson right behind him. Hands off, up the middle, 7 yards. Easy peasy. Getting pushed along with that big, experienced offensive line. 2nd and 3 upcoming.
One of the things Barrett's able to do, too, is he stays low, but he's so short, you can't see him coming from the defensive side behind that huge offensive line.
It's like he's sneaking through there.
Yep. And he kind of picks his holes. He's really good at just finding the right spot to go through.
Set back with the tight end. 2 receivers to the right. Hudson to the left side trying to pick up a first down, but he's stopped by the Hornets after a gain of about 1, bringing up a 3rd down and 2. So far, the Roos are 1 for 1 on 3rd downs. Talton not huddling, sending receivers in both directions. It's Jeremiah Johnson to the left and Kress to the right with Hudson his lone setback. 3rd and 1, he gets the defense to jump. He's going deep for Johnson.
Oh, he got that foot down.
Great catch, and you're right. He gets 1 foot down at the 2-yard line.
I wanted to make sure the ref heard me because
everybody heard you and happy to do so. 1st and goal, Roos. This offense is moving.
Jalon had nothing to lose on that because they had jumped offside, so he throws the jump ball and lets Jeremiah Johnson just jump up and get it, the sophomore from Mesquite, Texas, and good heads-up play there by Jalon.
It was almost like he and Johnson knew exactly what to do when the defense jumped. Johnson read it exactly like Talton did, and they had a free play down the sideline and a great catch by Johnson. Adjusting to the ball, which could only have been thrown at the back pocket. 1st and goal. The give is to Hudson. He's going to go wide, and he's going to walk in for a Kangaroos touchdown. 6-0 Roos.
Yeah, that's all Jack Nelson and Javian McGowan, the left guard and the left tackle, who just kind of crushed down that left side of the line, defensive line, and let Barrett Hudson just walk right into the end zone.
2 minutes and 43-second drive allows the Roos to march down 80 yards. Finished off by a Hudson 3-yard run, untouched into the end zone. The kick by Balderas, who's almost perfect from extra points. He's only missed one in his career. He knocks this one through. 7-0 Roos, 10:37 left in the first quarter, and I can't think of a better start for Roos fans.
No, that's exactly what we thought we were going to see and what we hoped to see, and we got just what we ordered.
I mean, Talton taking this team down the field, aided by that early penalty, and from there, the offense was clicking. Hudson, the passing game with Johnson and Kress, varied play styles in terms of the run and the pass. I thought they mixed it up really well.
Really did, and no incompletions, and there was no every rush we got positive yards, so there was no negative yardage on any of those plays, and no penalties on us.
And there was that free offsides that they took advantage of. I can't think of a better opening drive, and especially an opening drive to start the season. And you would imagine that the Hornets are a little bit stung right now. No pun intended.
Yeah, they're a little shocked, I think, and so
Didn't laugh.
it was good. It was good. Yeah.
Thanks. Here's Balderas to kick off from the 30. And Balderas down to the 2-yard line, bringing it back, and stopped at the 18-yard line, and we're going to send it down to Chuck. Doesn't look like Chuck is listening currently.
Well, let's talk about Sebastian Lloyd-All-Miller, who just made that huge play and huge hit. That was number 22, who stuck the guy right at that 19-yard line.
Even better than a touchback. Handoff up the middle. Connor Bell gets through for about 9 yards on first down, making it 2nd and 1.
It's Cantu on the stop again. I think we're going to be calling his name a lot this season.
Absolutely. Elio Sandoval on the right side, linebacker. Cantu's in the middle, and they go right through him. Scoop into the quarterback keeper up the middle to the 47th. They're going to call him down at the 45-yard line, but it's the second first down for the Hornets.
Well, that had me confused. That was a good fake there because they had two guys that could have had the ball, and I looked at the two that didn't. Good job by scooping.
Kyler Mayorna, the backup running back, in now, and this throw is wild to the outside. Aaron Zeckman can't pull it in. 2nd down and 10 upcoming.
You got 3-on-3 over there, and you got Trey Brewer at 5'10", and you've got Aaron Zeckman at 6'2", so watch that matchup.
Incomplete down the left side. Going deep. 3rd down and 10.
Lucas Hannafin had broken free and had a step out there on Evan Dennis, but he was able to got overthrown luckily.
So 3rd and 10 from their own 45. Scoopin back to throw, and he trips and falls down. Touched to make it official by Brendan Clark, the freshman from Fort Worth. They call it a sack? I think so.
I think that's a turf monster sack right there, but I think a little bit maybe had the wrong cleats on, but either way, Austin College is going to take it. Again, a little bit of a bend and don't break type of defense again, going to give that ball right back to the offense.
And Corson Moat back out on the field, 2nd possession in a row after 1 first down. The Hornets forced to punt. He's back at his own 22. A high snap. It gets away from Moat, and here come the Roos. They're going to tackle him. He tries to get away, and he's taken down at the 8-yard line. Once again, it's Brendan Clark on the scene. Oh, what a start for Austin College. 1st and 10, 1st and goal upcoming for the Roos at the 8-yard line of the Hornets.
Yeah, you never want to have your name called when you're the deep snapper. So James Kowalski, unfortunately, is the one that snapped that over the punter's head and kind of held him out to dry.
It just sort of, it had no spin on it, and it felt like it was hanging there for 3, 4, 5 seconds, and then it popped through Moat's hands, and the Austin College line was busting through. So here comes Talton. His second possession, 8 yards out. Here's Hudson up the middle. He gets about 2 of them. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 6.
I tell you, though, as a punter, that ball seemed like it was in the air for about 10 minutes, I guarantee you, and your nerves start to go.
As a former punter yourself, you know what's coming when they're beating down on you, and there's not much you can do to get that ball there quicker.
You're all alone, but
you have to find a way to catch the ball.
Got to catch it.
So here's 2nd and 6. Talton has movement, so he's going to go to Johnson in the corner. It's incomplete, but there is a flag down on the play. I think it's going to be offsides.
Yeah, I think Jalen's got a good cadence going because they don't seem to be able to understand when they're going to snap the ball when he says, I don't know what he's saying down there, but he's saying something that's drawn 2 or 3 of them every time, and then he's got a free play.
I think it's a great point because it's clear that Jeremiah Johnson and Talton are on the exact same page, and there's something that's tripping up the Hornets. And the Roos are absolutely in sync now, bringing up 3rd and goal. They're down at the 2 after that penalty, 17 on the play clock. Talton takes a look over at Coach on the sideline. In the shotgun with Hudson behind him. He's going to take the handoff, and he gets wrapped up for no gain. The Hornets defense comes alive, and it's number 3.
No, it's going to be third. It's going to be 3rd down now.
Tommy Cartez. Oh,
They had the scoreboard had the wrong.
Yes, they did.
Did the play, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 3 yards.
That was a good trick play by our scoreboard operator as we approach the halfway mark of the first quarter. 7:30 gone, 7:30 to play. It's been all Roos so far. 3rd and goal from the 2. Talton hands it off again to Hudson, and the turf monster gets Brett Hudson. And it's going to be fourth down. Barrett Hudson, excuse me. And it's going to be a field goal try for Caleb Balderas.
Well, the turf monster doesn't discriminate between teams, apparently. He's going after anybody and everybody, and that was just an unfortunate break. I think he keeps his footing. I don't know if he gets in, but he's going to get pretty close and give Coach White a good, hard decision on what to do on 4th down.
21-yard field goal attempt. Coach White is going to try for the 3 points. The kick, the hold is up. The hold by Trey Brewer. The kick by Balderas is perfect. And he's now 14 of 16 from field goal range in his career. And it's 10-0. Kangaroos here to start the game. Another short drive. More points for the Kangaroos here in the first quarter. And Chuck Licata down on the field. Chuck, take it away.
So what you see, and this is something that Coach and I talked about pregame, the offensive line and Bruce just doing a tremendous job. The only reason why we scored that possession right there was the first time they blitzed the linebacker to catch the running seconds on the running back slip. Otherwise, it would be 14-0, but a great job up front by the offensive line. The other thing is, defensive back Trey, who had the great bobcat, almost interception, he went to his hands and said, I'm going to get one today. So let's see, number 3 gets one off today, guys.
Trey Brewer, he was holding on that field goal. Thanks, Chuck. 6:43 to go, and Balderas, who's had already a lot of work, set to kick off again. Throws it deep to Hannafin, and Hannafin lets it go through the end zone, and the Hornets get set to start their 3rd drive of the day. Each drive they've had a first down and then stalled out right after.
Yeah, this defense has done a really good job of adjusting to what these Hornets are bringing, and they may give up a first down or 2 here or there, but ultimately they're either punting or getting in the punt formation or turning it over. And I think the Rouge just need to keep that going on this defense. It's a young defense that, they're learning as they go, but they've got to be able to perform and got to be able to make the plays, and so far they're doing it.
So scoop in, back out. Thinks about the pitch. Instead, he takes it himself up the left side. It fools the Rouge defense. A first down after a gain of 16. As he flies down the field, Brendan Clark makes the tackle on the second level of the defense. 1st and 10 at their own 40. Scoop in, hands it off. Bell, back in the game. Runs for about 5. 2 straight running plays. And it's going to be 2nd and 5 from their own 44.
94, Mateus Martinez, the senior nose guard, made the tackle on that one for just a short gain.
This defensive line led by Martinez, Daniel Terry to his left, 95, Fernando Delgado, the sophomore, to his right. Clark, who we've talked about, and number 1, Jeremiah Johnson, sacked by that number 1, and it's Elio Sandoval. I forget, 2 number 1s, it's early in the season. Jeremiah Johnson's doing it on offense, and it's Sandoval on defense with the sack. 3rd down upcoming.
Yeah, if you wear number 1, you have to make plays, and both of them are making plays today.
Big play there. Backs up the Hornets. 3rd and about 8 at their own 42. Scooping, looking to keep things alive. Tosses it out to Bell. Looking for first down yardage. He gets it on the right side before he's taken down by Evan Dennis, the senior from McKinney Boyd, a returner on this defense.
Had the defense ahead of the right place, just defender needs to learn to kind of break down and get in front of that runner, slow him down and let your guys figure it out, and team swarm defense.
The Hornets, 1st and 10 now. And here is Bell running to the right side. He gets down past the 40, close to 1st down yardage. I think he's going to be marked about a yard short. And it is 3rd string quarterback in right now for the Hornets. Number 12, Braden Layden, the junior from Sylvan Lake, Michigan. Not even on the 2 deep. He's number 12 now. With Bell to his left, he fakes it to him and then throws it left to the sideline, looking for number 2, Braden Lavis. And now that experiment's going to end. Layden goes out, and back comes Dawson Scoopin at quarterback. I'm not sure what that was all about for 3 plays.
I think Scoopin had run a couple plays and took a pretty good hit, and I think they pulled him out just to catch his breath.
The 2 deep backup quarterback is Trey Ritchie, number 9. So we'll see moving forward. This one's dumped out of the backfield, and ahead with a flag on the play is Lucas Hannafin, the most decorated of the skill positions of the Hornets.
I think the receiver was blocking before the ball was caught, but while the ball was in the air on that screen pass.
And they get called for holding. So Rouge fans rejoice. That positive play is going to back them up. And it's going to be 1st down again and 12 as they mark off the 10 yards after the play.
I think Trey Brewer read that, came up, and the only thing that receiver could do was hold him to stop him from getting to the ball carrier.
Here's Dawson Scoopin, the senior, fakes the handoff. Now he runs left. He's tackled at the point of attack by a gang full of Rouge, led again by Cantu.
Yeah, Daniel Terry's the one that kind of got in front of him, held him up a little bit, and then let his buddies come finish him off. He's not going to get credit for the tackle on that, but we'll give him credit for the job he did on it.
Under 3 minutes to play in this opening stanza. Still 10-0 Rouge. They've scored both times they've had the ball. Scoopin. This is as far as the Hornets have progressed. Back to throw. He's escaping the pocket. He finds the receiver, Mayorna, but he is brought down in the open field. Guess who? Pablo Cantu. All over the field.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
I mean, what a first quarter for Cantu. And you were right. Scoopin is taking a beating here.
Yeah, he got that one off just in time. He was about to get sacked, but good job getting it off, but he took the hit.
He still took the hit, and here's third down upcoming. Scoopin in the pocket. Now he's pushed out. Maybe a hold. Flag down. He's driven out of bounds by Cantu. Way short of the first down line to gain. So it's going to bring up a fourth down, and it's at the 36-yard line. And it looks like it's going to be the punter, Corson Moat, number 5. Their kicker is number 92, Eddie Langton, and he's nowhere to be found. So Moat standing just on the Ruse side of the 50. Last time was a disaster.
It's kind of in no man's land. I'm kind of surprised they're punting it.
And he barely catches this one, gets it down into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. And I think just to get it off, probably Moat feels a little bit better as we have 81 seconds left in a first quarter that if you're a Ruse fan, you couldn't be happier with.
No, huge fan as far as the way the defense have played, and then the offense has done just as exceptionally well. Defense gave them a short field earlier, got the field goal. Ruse offense was able to drive down the length of the field. Let's see what they do here with a minute 21 left in the first quarter.
The Ruse have only run 10 plays to 19 from Kalamazoo. They have 66 yards over 56 to the Hornets, and the backup quarterback, Leighton Riviere, is in. He does just what Talton does and hands off to Barrett Hudson, who escapes the first 2 tacklers before he's driven out of bounds by number 6. In the secondary, Jermaine Callaway, but not before first down yardage is picked up.
Leighton says it's pretty easy. I could do this all day.
Kirk, you could get back out there and play.
Well, I don't know about that.
We go under a minute. First down. Backup running back in as Hudson takes a break. It's Zion Stewart who gets the carry, and he's driven forward by Leonard Humphreys II, who drags him but gives him another couple of yards as he pushes him forward. So Stewart gets 2nd and 8 upcoming for Austin College.
Zion Stewart's also 5'8". He's 162 pounds, but he's a ball of fury. He's going to go at it like no other. So you're not getting a break when he comes in.
Standing to the right side of Riviere, who throws across the middle to the tight end, Tim Gracie out of Waxahachie. The senior makes the catch. Tough one over the middle.
It's a great throw as he was getting hit as he was making the throw, so he didn't get to get a lot on that, but still very accurate.
As we hit the end of the first quarter, it's going to be Austin College 10, Kalamazoo 0. Let's send it down to Chuck Licata down on the field.
Defensively, the defensive coaches and multiple players saying, watch out for everything. They might go middle level. They might try some tricks. The defense has been phenomenal. They're staying aware of their surroundings. And right now, it's working well. Guys?
Thanks, Chuck. We appreciate it. And Kirk, give me some of your takeaways after one quarter of play.
Well, I think it's exactly what Coach White told us before the game. Offensive line is going to be big. They're going to push them around, and they're going to run the ball. And the offensive line has done just what he said they would. And then defensively, he said they got to make tackles, and they have. And that has been the key to the game. And that was his number one key to the game, was making tackles. And thank you, Pablo Cantu, because he is the one that has been doing most of the tackling. But he's been in the right place at the right time.
It looks like we're seeing which of the starters on defense came to make tackles. And those that want to tackle are going to stay on the field. And those that don't, Coach White said won't be on the field. And he's going to find out. So it's team switch sides. Riviere, backup quarterback, he keeps to the left side. It comes loose, but I think his knee was down. The referee makes no signal. It may be a turnover. We don't have replay. And they're bringing it back. The referee still has not made a call. 3 officials on the far side are discussing things.
He got horizontal, but it looked like he bounced, and when he bounced, the ball came out.
Bobby King, the center judge, on the far side is in a party of 3, and now comes Jason Hickey and the umpire Corey James to join them. Now we'll make it a party of 5. Meanwhile, the head line judge, Corey Bucks, is standing over here with one of the Austin College coaches.
I'm looking at the replay right now, and it looks like his knee was down.
I thought it was almost obvious that his knee was down, but they rule it the other way, and the Hornets get their first turnover of the night. A fumble recovered by Kalamazoo, and they take over.
Well, that's unfortunate because Layton had gotten a huge hole and a great play fake and had the whole left side. He had the first down all to himself. And again, it looked like he bounced off the turf and the ball came out.
What a great run. Penalized, and when we go back and look at that, I am fairly certain that his knee was down. But no replay in Division III, so defense is going to have to hold on. And here is Connor Bell. He's racked up by 3 big old kangaroos for a loss of a yard on first down.
Ryder Marshall's at the bottom, and he grabbed his legs and stood him up, and then it was number 40, Bryson McKnight, who came and finished him off.
And then Alil Sandoval jumped on top to finish it all afterwards. So here is Scoopin, drives left, the right-hander. Now he's just going to tuck it and run, and he's going to just go for safety and head out of bounds.
Last time he didn't run out of bounds. He lowered his shoulder a little bit and pulled a kind of what Kansas City quarterback with Mahomes was doing last night. But
I think he thought better of it after some of the hits he took in the first quarter.
I think so too. It was a smart move. This Division III, these are smart kids. They know what they're doing out there. So
3rd and 6 now on the negative side of the 50, the 49. Here's Bell spinning out of a tackle, but he's short of the first down, and he goes down. It's going to be 4th and 1. Austin College signals that he lost the ball, but it's only one defender, Fernando Delgado, that's making that signal. Either way, it's going to be 4th and very short. It looks like it's actually 1.5 from here. Either way, the offense is staying on the field. Dawson scooping. Play clock's down to 18. Backup running back in there now. And now they switch formations. That's Hannigan, number 4 now, into the slot. Handoff to Bell. He's very close, and it looks like he may have just gotten it. First down, Hornets. They signaled to move the chains down to the Roos 44-yard line.
there was a collision at the 45, and everybody was stood up, and running back just happened to fall forward, and that's the only reason why they got that first down.
Connor Bell, he's a whole ton of mass to try to move, and he just speeds down past the 40 for a first down gain of 5. Connor Bell moving the ball very nicely here on the first possession for the Hornets here in the second quarter.
Good tackle there by the strong safety, Kenneth Alexander, to wrap up his legs and keep him from going anywhere.
Kalamazoo. No huddle, 2 claps, pass to the right, first down as it's complete to Aaron Zeckman. That's his second catch on 3 targets, and it moves the chains once again with 12:15 left in the half.
Trey Brewer didn't know the route on that one because the receiver there, Aaron Zeckman, made a good route, good throw.
If he continues to throw to the corner, Brewer, before the end of the game, I have a feeling will get an interception. Here, Hannigan runs to the right side, fooling some of the Kangaroos, and it looks like he's going to get down for a first down, moving the chains once again, a pickup of 12 on that wheel run across the field.
It looked like he was going to run out of bounds, and he cut on a dime and just went straight up and actually cut back a little bit and kind of fooled the Roos defense there.
Wide receiver Hannafin really can do everything for Kalamazoo. Now scooping at the 20. Deep to Hannafin for a Kalamazoo touchdown. They are on the board as he gets past number 32, Jarius Austin, into the north end zone, and it's 10-6. After that turnover by Riviere, the Hornets cash in.
Yeah, Austin was trailing, and then you had Trey Brewer, who was kind of backing up into that zone, and just a good throw, and a really good throw because he had to get it over Trey Brewer's head, who's itching for an interception.
Definitely Scoopin's best throw of the night, and the receiver, Austin, was definitely beating the defense to the spot. And referee calls the ball dead. Looks like, is there a timeout? No. Timeout on the field. It's the first timeout for Austin College, and we're going to take our first timeout here at Apple Stadium. We'll be right back on Big Daddy Media and Flow Sports.
Okay, you could. See, I think it's because we always have to turn this off to make sure the camera audio is not going through. I figure if that's what it's going through,
Yeah.
if like this is connected to the head.
You could try it.
Yeah.
They were 10 yards ahead.
We'll change it to seconds.
It was 66-50.
Oh, the second quarter.
The yards per play.
Also, I mean, if there's anything I can do, I could run this on my phone and I
It
could
doesn't seem like they've had that many more points last week. I guess we had short yard field, but still.
we still haven't won this during halftime.
No. Turnover, touch, or score.
It seems like they're back. Yeah.
I just click this.
We're back.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Apple Stadium as the Kalamazoo Hornets, after that timeout, convert the extra point. Eddie Langton, the sophomore, so they cut the deficit down to 10-7. Brian Scott, along with Kirk Hughes and the rest of the Big Daddy Media crew here tonight. And off that turnover, the Kalamazoo Hornet offense finally woke up, Kirk.
Yeah, they did. You know, turnovers are going to kill you at the end of the day, and the Hornets did exactly what they needed to do. They drove down the field, and they were able to get some points on the board, give their offense a little bit of confidence. They seemed to have the defense a little bit on their heels, and it came down to some missed tackles at the end of the day.
4 first downs on that possession, and the one thing that stands out is the Austin College defense has been on the field quite a lot. They've Kalamazoo's run 27 plays to this point. Austin College only 14. Part of that's because one of their possessions was that short field at the 8-yard line, but still, their defense has been on the field, it feels like, for an entire game.
Yeah, and the problem is that the Austin College offense has been very efficient and very good and quick, except for the one turnover. I think if they don't have that turnover, they're going to keep driving down the field and hopefully give that defense a breather. But
Langton kicks it off. It's short. Picked up by Johnson. Jeremiah finding a hole behind his blockers. He gets up to the 27-yard line. And the Hornets kickoff return team comes out of there with a little enthusiasm. And so now we'll see what kind of answer Austin College can provide. You know, we haven't introduced the entire offensive line, but being the dominant part of this team, left to right, Javen McGowan, Jack Nelson, the centers, Trevor Timmerman, Felix Flores, number 70, and then your right tackle, Tristan Dobney, number 78. Here's Talton back in. He's going to tuck it and run for just a couple of yards before he's taken out to the right sideline by Zach Sykes, number 44 in white. And so interestingly, Talton takes the first couple of possessions. Riviere runs a couple of plays after the fumble that may or may not have been Talton back in the game.
Yeah, and Coach said it'll come down to turnovers for the quarterbacks, and unfortunately it's considered a turnover even if it wasn't. The refs call it that, and that's what it is.
Ruse, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and he goes to the short side. It's complete to number 85, Michael Kress, the junior who had 4 touchdowns last season.
That is just a great fingertip catch. That ball never got to his body. The defender had an arm in there. It was just his fingers were stronger and his hands were stronger than the defenders.
He deserved more than 2 yards. And so it's 3rd and 6 from the 32. Talton's going to make something happen here. Has Barrett Hudson coming out of the backfield on a wheel route. He's going to go for him, and it's tipped at the last second by the cornerback, Leonard Humphreys II, the sophomore from Roseville, Michigan. That was a dime trying to be dropped into a bucket, and if Humphreys doesn't get there at the last second, Hudson may still be running.
Yeah, Hudson's still running. That was just a great play by the defender who got just a fingertip on it. I mean, I don't think he cut his nails this morning. If he cuts his nails this morning, I think that ball is caught and still running. But a great play nonetheless.
Hornets now with a little bit of momentum. The first punt for Kellen Vickery and Austin College. It's a high floater to Lucas Hannafin, who fair catches it at the Hornets' 36-yard line, and they will take over 1st and 10 with a chance to tie or take the lead. 10-7 with 10:23 remaining now in the first half.
But that was a knuckleball, and that's not easy to catch. And kind of kicking a little bit into the wind, of that wind's kind of swirling a little bit.
Trying to kick that with the knuckleball, or is that happenstance?
Man, if he can do that, more power to you. That's not easy to do, but if you can do it, do it.
Mine are more like screwballs off my face. Scoopin, the handoff to number 26, which is Landon Russell, deep into the Hornets roster. We go, and we will be there from time to time here on opening night. Scoopin after an 8-yard run, 2nd and 2. And here's Russell again breaking tackles right at the first down yardage. I think he tripped and got it. But we talked to Coach Zorbo in his 18th year before the game, and he said they brought more kids on this trip than they usually do because it's, this is a big deal for some of these kids to travel down to Texas.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's you want to get them in the game too.
Let them play a little bit. It's the opener. See what they can do as well. This one's complete to Hannafin. He's their stud skill receiver, and he's going to get 10 yards. It takes 5 Ruse to bring him down, and it moves the chains once again.
It's a good play call. You've got 1 receiver out there and 1 defensive back, and then you've got one-on-one once he makes that catch with a free safety who's coming out to make the tackle.
Kalamazoo's formation isn't fancy. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. He goes to the tight end on the inside slot, number 87. Jaden Johnson from Mesquite High School over in east of Dallas. Down to the 37-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 4.
It's Marshall Majors on the tackle.
First time we've called his name.
Sophomore from Gunner.
Still in the shotgun, scooping, fakes the throw, now he tucks and runs, and he's got nowhere to go, and he's ganged up on by big Fernando Delgado, all 6'4", 262 pounds, on top of scooping.
That's going to go down as a sack. They lost yardage on that one. That was a good job of that defensive line all the way around.
Containing into the pocket and leaving him no escape route.
And that was a run, design run all the way. Fakes the pass.
So it's 3rd and 5. Can the Ruse D step up? Fake the toss. Scoopin. Not faking out the defense. He's tackled for no gain by the secondary. It's number 3, Trey Brewer, coming up at cornerback to make the third down saving stop. Big play by Trey Brewer.
Huge. That's not an interception, but it could be a game changer because if he gets past Brewer, I don't know who's going to make that tackle, and he's still running. So good job there, one-on-one.
But the Roos have to do it again. It's 4th and 4 after a loss of 1. They are going for it. Back to pass. It's incomplete. The Roos stop him. That one going for the tight end Johnson, who just made the catch a moment ago. He drops this one. It probably would have been short of the first down, and the Roos take over on downs.
Yeah, Kenneth Alexander was closing in on him quickly, and I think he heard those footsteps coming. The sophomore, only 167 pounds, but he's got some big feet, and he's got to make some big noise when he's coming at him.
I think the Roos needed that stop in a very big way. This second quarter, once the Roos got up 10-0, you felt the momentum start to shift towards the Hornets, and that stop maybe gives the Roos a chance to get their offense going again.
Yeah, we're going to see a little different formation here.
Talton hands it off to Hudson. You can do that anytime, and Barrett Hudson up the middle for about 6 yards.
I'm going to go throw the Chuck.
Up to the 42-yard line. Take it down to Chuck Licata on the Austin sideline.
They both on their team, they said we're better than this. Certainly they improved it on that front.
Absolutely, Chuck. They showed it as they buckled up. Now they need the offense to get going. And that pass complete to Johnson.
It was a good play by Jeff Hudson, but I think now we know that he's going to be quick to come up on those kind of plays. So look for a little hitch and go or something like that coming up here as they'll follow up and see if he's going to stay that aggressive on that corner position.
So now a big third down upcoming for Austin College. Jay Lon Talton, who's played the majority of the first half in the shotgun. 3 receivers stacked in a triangle to the left and a tight end to the right. He's going to tuck it and run, and he's got a lot of room, and he's going to take the first down up to the 50 and across before he's pulled out of bounds in Hornets territory after picking up a big Roos first down.
That's something new for Jaylon. Jaylon is really good at dropping back. He stays in that pocket sometimes a little bit too long. This time he realized that it wasn't there. He saw the opening, and he took off immediately and got that first down.
There was a ton of grass because you could tell Kalamazoo wasn't expecting him to take off. They were committed to pass coverage, and that left a good 12, 13 yards of running room for Talton. Picks up the first down, and once again, movement on the defense. Free play for Austin College. He goes down the left sideline, and it's incomplete. But you talked about that count that has tripped up Kalamazoo, and he does it once again.
Yeah, again, another free play, and you got Michael Kresh just going down the sideline. Why not just chunk it up to him, because he's your 5'11", 190-pound wide receiver out there who's your playmaker.
That's 3 times the Hornet defensive line has jumped 5 yards. This time it was Bryce Balabook. He's in the middle of Dylan Gackey and Nolan Janinga and the defensive line, and they've been fooled multiple times here by Talton's count. So it's going to remain first down, 1st and 5 at the Roos 45. Hudson, the lone back, takes the handoff, hesitates, goes forward. He's going to be very close to the first down, probably a yard short after a gain of 4.
Hudson ran up to the line, stopped, and then turned, and then took off and still picked up 4 yards. That's just amazing that you can stop, come to him, stop like that, and still pick up 4 yards.
He also, I think, got the defense to stop or hesitate just a little because they're like, what? Is this guy taking a coffee break?
Kind of like a basketball move.
Yeah. Allowed him to pick up 3 more. I'm not sure if he wasn't thinking about tossing it back to Talton. 2nd and 1. Talton hesitates. Now he drops back, goes deep, has Craig. So he was open. If he had just let him another yard or two, it would have been a big gainer. It's incomplete, 3rd and 1, but you got to think Coach White saw that as a free play opportunity to take a shot.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think that's exactly right. And they faked the run. It was kind of a RPO, run-pass option. He backed up. The defensive line didn't really fall for the fake, unfortunately, so they were in Talton's face. Wasn't able to get everything on that throw that he needed to.
So Talton with 3rd and 1 upcoming from the Hornets 40. Finally, you feel like they have some possession. Just a tick under 5 minutes and a half. Here's Hudson. You want to get a yard, you give it to Barrett Hudson. He picks up 2. Big first down for the Roos as they keep the Hornets defense off the field, and more importantly, they keep theirs on the sideline as well.
We've got a helmet off, so we're going to have a substitution at the offensive line. So we're going to see big Art Clayton, number 55, come in at the right guard position. I played with Art's father when I was here, so see what they do on that right side of the line.
Offensive lineman himself?
He started off as a wide receiver, ended up defensive lineman.
And this time, it's the Roos jumping as Talton confuses his own receiver with that count. Aaron Zeckman, a little bit jumpy on the snap. It's going to be 1st and 15. That's a tough transition, wide receiver to defensive lineman.
He came in as a tall wide receiver. He stayed in and the cafeteria. It was on the meal plan, and he never stopped growing.
Hey, I've been on the meal plan once in my life too.
Hit the weight room in the Slater's cafeteria a little bit too much, but good player nonetheless.
That's awesome. Probably still had the agility and the speed. Here's Talton on 1st and 15, handoff to Hudson, who's tackled at the foot by number 79 for the Hornets, Bryce Balabook.
We got the first down and looked pretty good, and now these last 2 plays we've had some negative yardage, so it's going to bring up a
2nd and 17. There was a penalty, the false start, and now a loss of a couple more. 3 they call it, as Balabook took hold of a foot and wouldn't let go. That's the first negative run that I feel like Hudson's had, and Coach Tony Joe White is going to call timeout and get his offense on the same page. We'll take a quick one with them here on FloSports and Big Daddy Media. We'll be back for the final 3:26 of this first half.
All right.
They're up in the booth. Did you see where the camera down here? It's the next one there. I've got a Fulton up there. But what I've got a wireless transponder.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll be.
It is Tony Joe White, right?
Okay.
Zach, is he coming through?
They're saying it's very faint, so
That's what I was wondering because.
We're trying to figure out how.
Like we turn the audio on for the Black Magic input because we usually turn that off.
And
I don't think
what
that
if you played through my phone into the?
We can. Like I said, we can try.
I mean, is that? I'll put my phone up here. So let's try that.
That'll probably be better.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
All right, we're live. So.
Welcome back to Apple Stadium. Brian Scott, Kirk Hughes, Zach Holmes, the 2 Ethans, Chuck Licata down on the field, and Emilio Juarez, our QA, here on opening night from Austin College. With the sun setting in the background, it's 2nd and 18. Across the field goes Craigs, catches it and gets the original yardage back and maybe 2 more. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8 after a gain of 10.
Yeah, they needed that. They needed to get something on that play, some positive yardage, and Michael Kress did a really good job of coming across the middle, not being afraid. Jalon waited till he cleared the linebackers, and then he was able to pick up some yards after the catch. So need 2 more plays to pick up 10 more yards.
And it gives the offense a chance here at 3rd and 10. I guess they're going to mark him down at the 38. So back goes Talton, has the rush coming, completes it to Hudson, and he's tackled with no gain right at the line of scrimmage. He was buried right with a bunch of his teammates and a bunch of Hornets right in the middle of the stack.
The defensive lineman was getting blocked and still was able to get a hand on the back collar of Barrett Hudson, was able to bring him down with one hand. That's pretty impressive.
So it's 4th and 10 from the 38. You're really in no man's land. Clock ticking towards 2 minutes. So not a ton of time left. Both teams with 2 timeouts. I think it does make sense to go for it here if you're a Ruse backer.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's the right play. I think you let the clock run down, go to the 2-minute timeout, and regroup. You've got one play to get 10 yards, but you're in no man's land.
So a punt at best nets you 18 yards.
Yeah,
but it forces you to give the ball up, where your percentages on going for it on 4th and 10 and being able to keep the ball and possibly scoring before the half, that'd be huge. So I think playing the percentages, you definitely go for it right here, being at the 38.
Yeah, with a young team, you want to, as Tony Joe White wants to show, look, we got it, boys. And I got confidence in our offense. Let's go get this. Let's put it away.
And you have a great kicker, but I think a 55-yarder is maybe just, you're probably 6, 7 yards away from trying it. Maybe
Agreed.
Just a little too far. If you had picked up, maybe that's why they ran that inside screen play on 3rd down, is to try and at least get into field goal range. And when that didn't work, he knew in his back pocket that they were going to try it on 4th down. But maybe they changed their mind.
You know, this is very similar to last year's game.
Riviere comes in.
Yeah, but very similar to last year's game, where the Roos were up going into the second quarter with just 2 minutes left, and the Hornets were able to score 2 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the second quarter. So the Roos want to take possession of it right here.
And the Hornets milked that to the end as the Roos tried a furious comeback. And here's Riviere. He's going to do a pooch punt. There's going to be a flag on the play. Was it a delay of game or a false start? False start on the Roos, so it's going to back him up 5. Doesn't really hurt them in any way, except on the stat sheet. So it's going to be 4th and 15 from the 43-yard line as the center judge marks it off. And now they're going to bring in the official punt team. No more faking out the Hornets. They're just going to punt with course and moat. The long snapper, James Kulikowski, and he'll have his 3 up men there to block.
If I'm Zorbo, I'd decline that.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's a great point. Here's the punt by Moat, going for the coffin corner. Stays in the middle of the field, and it's going to be down at the 5-yard line. Great play by Kellen Vickery. And that is a very good punt, and it worked out well, as good as can be imagined if you have to give the ball back to Kalamazoo.
All right, we'll throw it to Chuck.
And Chuck Licata back down on the field. Take it away.
It seems like that on offense, Kalamazoo's going to go up because they know they can get it on the defensive line for Austin College.
Thanks, Chuck. Is 1st and 10. The pass out to the left side is complete by Scoopin. He finds his receiver. First catch for Zion Stewart. Takes only 6 seconds, and they stop the clock to reset. And here's where that no-huddle offense can come to good use. Stewart clapping for it, looking to get the defense to jump. They don't. And now he breaks the pocket, runs ahead, tackled before he gets to the first down line by big number 98. Jaden Coburn. I think that's his first tackle as he's just into the game.
Great pursuit.
Kept his eye spying on the quarterback. 2nd down and short. And great pursuit from the backside. It's Coburn again. 2 plays in a row from the right defensive end.
Put pressure on the quarterback, and the quarterback was able to break the pocket and get up and start trying to run, and he's got plenty of room, but good pursuit there by Jaden to come back. The freshman, 225 from Mansfield, Texas.
Where has he been? Maybe he's one of those shining stars that, maybe didn't pop out during the preseason camp, and
he wasn't on the two-man
Right,
roster, right? But he's on the third man, and I guess what? I bet you next week he's going to be on that two-man roster with some plays like that. It's a good job by the freshman coming into his first collegiate football game, and
on his first 2 plays, takes down the quarterback both times, once from the front side as he tries to scramble, and then chasing him down from the backside to force third down when Skupin easily would have had the first down if not for Coburn.
it's going to bring up a big 3rd and 2 right here. So this really is kind of going to be the difference in the half right here.
And Kurt, the other big thing about that was it forced the Hornets to use their second of their timeouts north of the 1 minute mark. So with 63 seconds remaining, Hornets left with 1 timeout here on this 3rd and 2. Austin College, if you're looking ahead, has 2 timeouts if somehow they can get the ball back. They need to stop right here. They don't get it across the field. It's Hannafin up to the 45, pass to the 50, and into Roos territory all the way to the 49. A gain of 39 yards for the Hornets on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, that was a huge play for the Hornets as they just not only got the first down, now they're into Rue territory.
I'm sorry, 29 yards. My math skills have depreciated. Here's Skupin. Clock down to 54 seconds. That play took 9. Skupin to the right side. Finds Hannafin, who makes a great leaping catch with the defender behind him, Trey Brewer.
Thought Trey was going to get a hand on that and knock it down, but a good job there by Hannafin to get his hands around that ball and really bring it into his body.
21 yards on that play, and now the Hornets offense is in field goal range. Here's Skupin rolling left, rolling more, and now he's going to tuck it and run before he's pushed out of bounds at the last second by number 5, Easy Robertson. Plano West grad with 31 seconds left, and the only positive right now from the last few plays is at least it's forced the clock down to 31 ticks.
31 ticks, 1 timeout left. Let's see what this ruse is. They've bent. Let's hope they don't break.
2nd and 4 from the Ruse 22. Skupin asking for it. Has 4 receivers in the pattern, and Hannafin over the middle. Everybody forgot about him. He crosses to the 2-yard line, and it's 1st and goal. Hornets from the 2. 26 seconds. The clock stops as they reset, and there's going to be a timeout taken, I think, by Coach Bobby Joe White. No, it's going to be by Coach Zorbo of the Kalamazoo Hornets. And I think Austin College fortunate that pass was a little in front of Hannafin, or that would have been a walk-in touchdown.
Yeah, I think the strong safety there got a little turned around because he wasn't looking for the ball. If he turns and looks for the ball, I think he makes the pick because he was right there in the right place, headed in the right direction. But as he turned his head to look for the ball, he lost sight of the receiver, and the receiver was able to make that catch.
Austin College had the Hornets backed up on 3rd down right where they wanted them. They had the big play on 3rd down out to the 49, and the Hornets have taken it from there. Now it's up to the Kangaroos to bend but don't break. They've bent, but now their defense needs a goal line stand here from the 3-yard line. They lead 10-7 with 26 ticks remaining in the half. Here's Skupin. Bell to his right, 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Receiver goes in motion. They throw it to him, and it's incomplete on the left side. Looking for Zekman and Braden Lavis were both there and thrown in the middle of them.
The defensive lineman broke through, and then they just kind of stopped. I think they thought maybe it was too easy to get through that line, and thought maybe it was a screen, and they kind of stopped. And I think if they keep going, they might have got a hand on the quarterback there.
That play took 5 seconds, so it brings up 2nd and goal. Bell still in the backfield. They hand it to him, and he's tackled from behind. Great play by Brendan Clark once again. He stops him at the 1-yard line. A 2-yard gain, but just in front of the goal line. Timeout on the field. 16 seconds remaining, and it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line when we come back here on Flow Sports after this quick 30-second break.
That was a huge tackle.
Huge. They got to make one more.
Yeah.
Oh, you can
Now, 16 seconds. They don't have time to.
Third and goal from the 1, 16 seconds remaining. Roos used their final timeout.
Look for an RPO right here, but more than likely it's going to be the pass.
A run that doesn't make it's going to make it tough to kick a field goal on 4th down with only 16 ticks remaining. Scooping back to pass. As a receiver, it's incomplete as the defender closes at the last second, and those footsteps by Bryson McKnight are heard around Austin College in the city of Sherman.
Huge play there as he was covering the receiver, got between the ball and the quarterback, or between the player and the quarterback, and made it very difficult. Even if he catches that, I think Bryson still makes the tackle short. I almost wish he would have caught it, tackled him short, and I think the quarter would have ended.
A field goal opportunity here for Eddie Langton, the holder, Aravind Krishnan. And a timeout. Is that an official's timeout, or do the Hornets use their... No, it's a Hornets time. Looks like the Hornets don't have any timeouts left.
It was Austin College. They're going to ice them.
Austin College uses their final timeout. My apologies. Thank you, Kirk, keeping me honest. And so a big stop by the Roos defense, a goal line stand at the 3-yard line where it was 1st and goal after the Hornets had driven the length of the field in under 90 seconds. We talked about bend but don't break. They bent.
So Eddie Langton, career-wise, is 1 for 3.
At worst, the Roos should be able to get to the locker room with the game tied at 10. Here is Langton to try and tie it up for Kalamazoo. Field goal is for 19 yards. The hold, it's blocked. The defense gets through. It's number 9. Number 9 breaks through. Oh, it's huge for Pablo Cantu. It could have been anybody else. No, sirree. Daniel Terry also getting a hand in there. Oh, Roos fans, stand up.
Very timely timeout. Maybe Coach Joe saw something and knew something, and they scouted it last year, had it on game film, and knew right where to go. So
talk about icing the kicker. However it goes down, the Roos can take a knee and take a 10-7 lead into the locker room. That is the ultimate bend but don't break. Talton out to take the snap. He takes a knee. No timeouts. And Austin College, after one half of the opener, they lead Kalamazoo by a score of 10-7. However you get it done, Austin College will gratefully take that lead and talk things over and get ready for another 30 minutes of football. Kirk, a few things before we go to break. What do you think is going to be important as we come back before we go down to Chuck?
I think you just want that defense to, like Coach White said, make some tackles. It's just a few missed tackles here and there. Offensively, keep just grinding the ball with Bear Hudson.
And now down to Chuck Licata as the players exit behind him.
Well, certainly like to celebrate, right? Yes, they did call the timeout to ice the kicker, if you will, but they also called that play. They saw the hole up front in the line, and obviously the guys got through. They got the blocked field goal, which was great. This, Brian, you covered volleyball a lot. This game seems to be like a volleyball match. Momentum builds on one side, the other. But man, oh man, I would imagine you guys that blocked field goal at the end of the half is going to really charge up the Roos to come out for the second half, guys.
I don't think you could have ended the half with anything bigger. Thanks, Chuck. Great having you down on the sideline. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with a few minutes left to talk a little bit about the stats from the first half. So give us about 10 or 13 minutes, and we'll be back to get you prepared for the second half of Austin College and Kalamazoo. It's the opener from Sherman, Texas, here on FloSports and Big Daddy Media. We thank you for joining us, and we'll see you for the second half. We welcome you back to Apple Stadium in Sherman, Texas. Brian Scott, Kirk Hughes, and the rest of the Big Daddy Media crew. Chuck Licata down on the sideline. The two Ethans doing the camera work. Zach Holmes, our producer, and Emilio Juarez, our steady as an anchor QA. Opening night started off really, really well for the Austin College Kangaroos. Kirk, I don't think they could have dreamt of a better start, up 10-0, but things got a little shaky there towards the second quarter. But the Roos sneak out of the first half, holding on to that 10-7 lead after that big momentum-building blocked field goal right before the half.
Yeah, I think for Austin College, the first three drives were great for them, great for their offense, great for their defense, and looked like they were going to dominate the game. And then it slowly turned. I think it was, we talked about it, in the break here, it was the turnover that kind of changed the momentum a little bit, gave the Hornets the opportunity to kind of grab that momentum.
And so with that, the yardage numbers, almost 100 more yards for Kalamazoo over Austin. Chuck, what are you seeing down on the field?
Teams came out for halftime. Kicker Caleb Balderas came out and was practicing his field goals just in case this one gets tight down the end, and I have a feeling it's going to. Thanks, guys.
Well, that's one advantage that Austin College absolutely has, and that's in the field goal department. Balderas is a sure-footed kicker, and so far the Hornets are 0 for 1 in that department, and right now that 3 points is what separates these teams as they come out for quarter number 3. We have 30 minutes of football left to go, and it's going to be Kalamazoo this time as Austin College deferred the opening kickoff, and they will receive here in the second half. Passing yards for Austin College, 66 in the first half, and they rushed for 63, so nothing truly groundbreaking statistically, especially after that first drive. And that turnover was costly. Each team's had a turnover so far. And we are Hayes Gray and back underway. Kicking off, Jalen Johnson at his 5 takes it up the middle, down Route 1 where he's gang tackled at the 23-yard line by number 44, Zach Sykes, coming out of the pile. And Austin College will take over 1st and 10.
Like to see him get that ball a little further down the field. You've got the opportunity to fair catch it, get it to the 25. We run it. He's got great speed, great wheels. We need to get a little bit better blocking up there to really break one of those at some point. But hopefully we don't see any more kickoffs from the Hornets.
Here's Jalon Talton. Threw for 1,200-plus yards last year. 6 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. Looking for his first this season. He hands it off to stud running back Barrett Hudson, who scrambles to get 1 yard. And it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, we seem to lead every drive off with a handoff to Barrett Hudson right up the middle.
And they know it's coming.
They know it's coming now, so I think maybe Coach White needs to change it up, a little change of pace action here. But
narrow formation. Hudson to the left with a receiver out wide. Tight end on the right side with Jalen Johnson, and Hudson's going to go right around the defense, and he's pulled out of bounds by 3 Hornets after a gain of another yard, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 8, I believe.
Tim Gracie, the senior tight end, really sealed off the outside linebacker who was trying to get to Barrett Hudson, and Barrett was able to get to the corner, but there was good pursuit there by the Hornets defense to keep him at a minimal gain.
Rouge rushed on average 3.5 yards per in the first half, but 2 carries for 2 yards to start the third quarter. Talton back to pass, 3rd and 8. He's going to tuck it and run, and he's got plenty of room up the middle, past the 40, past the 50, and he's still going down to the Hornets' 40s, finally tackled at the 37. A huge run for Jalon Talton. 37 yards down the turf.
That was a really good job. He was looking for Jeremiah Johnson on the right side. Didn't have him. Took off, but it was Kai Simpson, the wide receiver number 3 downfield, who turned and started blocking and got Jalen an extra 10 yards.
And that'll help that rushing average. He must have heard me. 1st and 10. Handoff. No, he keeps it. Jump pass. Has his man. Craig's down to the 5-yard line. A gain of 33. It fooled everybody, including the Kalamazoo defense.
There's a little Patrick Mahomes-esque right there where he looks like he's tucking it. He's going to run, pick up 3 yards, and then it just jumps up and just tosses it really softly like a little basketball pass.
Stopped on a dime. He had the defense fooled, and now it's 1st and goal. Austin College. Handoff. Nothing doing there for the back up Zion Stewart. Going to be 2nd and goal from the 5. A little hangling down there by the offensive and defensive lines who have been getting to know each other all afternoon and starting to not like each other too much.
Yeah, starting to get a little chippy down there.
We'll see how much the referees put up with, as the chippiness will only increase, I'm assuming, as we go on. Talton, we'll see if he goes to that funky count that's fooled the Hornets all night. 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter. First possession, Talton, 2nd and goal from the 6. Getting through the line and making the tackle after no gain is number 17, Leonard Humphreys the 2nd.
Yeah, that Texas hospitality is not going to last too much longer if they keep throwing Barrett Hudson down to the ground like that. That offensive line needs to get a little upset,
It's a good point. Everybody was so friendly before the game. Sharing drinks, libations, sodas, and the rest. And now, as the sun goes down, the temperatures change just a little bit. So it's 3rd and 7. Talton needs a play. He steps back to pass. Finds his man. It's a touchdown. It's right at the goal line. The referee says it's just short by a couple of inches. It's going to be 4th and just less than a fingernail at the 3-inch line. It's less than a yard. What a great pass. I didn't get a number. Did you see who caught that?
Michael Kress caught it, but Barrett Hudson made a great block. The play fake was to him, but they were blitzing, and he picked up the rusher that gave Jalen Talton just that extra half a second to get that pass off.
And I'm not sure how Talton stood in the pocket. They were coming for him, like you said. On 4th and goal, Hudson tries to jump the pile, and he's just short. The Hornets stop him, and they stop the Kangaroos at the 1-yard line, and it's a turnover on downs. Oh, how deflating.
You know, we've only had like 2 or 3 plays offensively where we haven't gained any yards, and that's going to be one of them, but that's going to be a huge change of possession right there.
The only positive the Roos can take is they've backed the Hornets as far as you can. A 99-yard field. Scoopin's going to take the opening snap of the 3rd quarter for Kalamazoo in the shotgun formation from the end of Kangaroos in his own end zone. No gain. Austin College tries to make the tackle in the end zone, but forward progress is going to bring him out to the 1. Connor Bell, the carry. And
more like the 1 inch.
Oh, he is just, and my eyes don't go that far, but that is how close to the goal line he is. That line's the biggest one out there. And there is very little room between the ball and the goal line. 2nd and 10 from the 1/4 of an inch. Handoff. Bell wrapped up right at the 1-yard line again. The pile's pushed back. And again, the side judge says he stopped, but out of the end zone at the 1-yard line again. 5 minutes played in this 3rd quarter.
Great job by that defensive front. They know the run's coming. They're just trying to give their punter some room because we know that the deep snaps haven't been very consistent, and so a bad snap in the back of the end zone, if Roos can just hold them here.
They've given him 6 inches of room, maybe. 3rd and 10 now. Scoopin. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Scoopin looking. Has time. Now he's going to run out of his goal line to the 5, to the 10, 11, and he's got the first down by about a yard. And a big run for Scoopin.
Great job by the secondary. He had nobody to throw to. The receivers were blanketed. He was just able to find a lane to get outside.
Dawson Scoopin keeping things alive for the Hornets out of the shadow of their end zone. 1st and 10, now the handoff to Connor Bell, and Pablo Cantu meets him, and it's a turnover, and it may be Rue's ball. Let's see what the referees say. It's definitely loose, and Austin College thinks they have it. They escape the pile, and everybody but the officials, they try to separate. Kirk thinks it's Rue's ball, and it's Kalamazoo recovers. What a letdown.
Wow, he got hit and immediately the ball just fell straight to the ground, and I thought that the Rue fell right on top of it.
Too.
But once you get in those skirms, you never know what happens. There's a lot that goes on down there that we can't talk about on air.
Unsavory things, and it may have changed hands 2 or 3 times. So it's 2nd down and 10 after no gain. That's the second time a turnover that wasn't goes against Austin College. So Scoopin, back to pass. He's going to immediately run it, and the Turf Monster comes up to make the 3rd tackle of the night.
Turf Monster made his way to the south end zone, and last time he's been on the north side, and now he's just moving around the field. Bring up a long 3rd down for the Roos, but the Hornets have been able to connect and convert on several of these 3rd down conversions.
This is where Austin College's defense really needs to hold tight. They've been great on 1st and 2nd down. It's 3rd down, like you said, Kirk. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. 1 back. It's Kyler Maynora.
They're coming.
Dives. Gets some room, scooping out to the left, and he's going to escape for a 1st down over the left side as he gets up to the 32-yard line, a gain of 16. And another trick out of the old Magic hat as Kalamazoo keeps their drive alive past the halfway point of this fast-moving 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think 10 guys on defense did their job. 1 guy just kind of over-pursued and gave him a lane to get open.
Fake. Hannafin on the toss pass. It's incomplete. A little trickery there. Scoopin throws it to his versatile receiver, Lucas Hannafin from Chelsea, Michigan. And it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10 from their own 32.
It's about the only thing Hannafin hasn't done is complete a pass. He's run and caught.
And now thrown. We'll go down to Chuck right after this play. The run up for about 8 yards. And Chuck, what do you got for us?
Well, Brian, on that last unsuccessful 4th down at the goal line, offensive line came off. They were really upset each other for not executing. Also, Jeremiah Johnson was open one-on-one coverage. I thought maybe they'd go to him on the right side in the one-on-one coverage.
Thank you, Chuck. Yeah, that 4th down was absolutely critical, and now the Hornets have kept the ball, moving it slowly up the field, keeping control of the ball. It's now 3rd and 1 upcoming. That was Russell on the carry.
They gave him the 1st down. They gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Wonderful. That's our scoreboard operator tricking me again. So here's the handoff. No, faked. Fakes me. Throwing deep. Wide open. The receiver is going to score. It's Aaron Zeckman. The defender fell down, and it's a wide open touchdown for 53 yards. Trey Brewer lost in coverage, and it's a wide open touchdown, and Kalamazoo has their first lead of the season. They go on top 13-10, extra point pending.
Brian, there was a lot of contact out there, and there looked like there was potentially an offensive pass interference as he kind of pushed Trey Brewer to the ground. The quarterback happened to see it and then threw it out there.
And Brewer, unfortunate on that play, as the umpire, the side judge, didn't see it. Here he comes off the field. Extra point is good. And now, after taking it down to the 1 yard line and getting stopped, the Hornets take it 99 yards back the other way and take their first lead of the game. It's 14-10. And how quickly momentum can turn. The Roos are doing everything but adding to the score.
Yeah,
they scored the 10 points early in the game. It was that first drive they got their only touchdown, and since then, it's been tough sledding.
Yeah, they were sitting there. They control their own destiny. They're sitting there at the 1-inch line and just couldn't push it in. And then defensively, we thought we had them, right? They had it 3rd and 9 at their own 1 yard line, and defense just couldn't stop them. They got 2 big third down conversions and are able to drive down the length of the field and eventually score.
Kalamazoo has 2 fumbles. They've recovered both of them. 1 fumble for Austin College that they lost. Time of possession in favor of Kalamazoo, 21 minutes and 14 seconds to 18 minutes for Austin College. And that defense for the Roos is going to start feeling gassed, especially here on the first game of the season when you're not quite in midseason form. So it's something to watch out for. This one, squib kick down to Jeremiah Johnson, who picks it up at the 15. He's going to get up all the way past the 30 before he's brought down by number 6, Jermaine Calloway.
Good job there by Jeremiah Johnson picking that one up, because sometimes those balls get a little I don't know, hard to pick up sometimes down there, a little slick when it's rolling around like that. Oblong ball doesn't take a true bounce. Picked it up, was able to pick up return of about 10 yards.
The Roos last year averaged 35-plus points per game. Right now they're sitting on 10, along with over 400 yards a game, and right now they're at half of that at 204. So they need to pick it up and also get in the end zone. Here's Talton on 1st and 10, being dragged to the sideline. Jaylon Talton for a gain of about 4.
Good stiff arm there by Jaylon, was able to help pick up an extra 3 or 4 yards and kind of drug that linebacker with him as he went out of bounds.
Tim Gracie comes in. He's going to go to the left with Kress. And then Jeremiah Johnson, the lone receiver, on the right. Barrett Hudson stands to the right of his quarterback, Jaylon Johnson, the lone running back. He takes the handoff up the middle. He's got a little bit of room. He gets to about 3rd and 2 upcoming. Actually, just across the 30, up to the 39-yard line, 3rd and 2. They bring it back just a touch.
First time this game that they didn't start the handoff, to start the series, handed it off to Barrett. They switched it up to Jaylon, came back to Barrett, and now they've got a 3rd and short.
So what do they do here? They've got to pick up a first down.
I think you get that offensive line telling them they need to push that defensive line, and they don't. They get penetration again. The Hornets get penetration again right up the middle.
And Barrett Hudson is stopped in his tracks. May have lost a little bit. It's going to be 4th down, and back on for Austin College comes the punt team. Back to receive for Kalamazoo is Lucas Hannafin. And things have taken an unfortunate turn here for Austin College. Still 19-plus minutes of action to turn it around, but the momentum decidedly on the side of the Hornets since that 4th down stop. A good punt, driving all the way down and getting an Austin College roll down to the 11-yard line.
It's a great punt and a good roll there for Kellen Vickery. He's had 2 really good punts today that have been.
And it looks like there's a, one of the Roos down. It looks like it's just a cramp.
Yeah, just before the training staff got out there, one of the Hornets was out there kind of help stretching him. So real good sportsmanship by the Hornets as he was trying to help out somebody who was down. Like to see that by all teams. As chippy as it may get, at the end of the day, you don't want to see anybody get hurt.
And up comes the defensive lineman, Matthias Martinez, the senior. Looks like he's okay, just cramping a little bit. Exactly 4 minutes left in quarter number 3. Down by 4 now. The Roos defense back on the field. Last time out, Kalamazoo drove 99 yards for the game-leading touchdown. And now the defense needs a stop. Here comes Scoopin up the middle. He's knocked down in his tracks by the linebacker. Brendan Clark again. He's all over the field.
Yeah, and Bryson McKnight made a big contact too, knocked his helmet off.
He's on the sideline for a play.
So no gain on that one, which is a gain of about 3, but still a good play there by the defense.
Fake handoff to Bell. Out to the right side. It's Hannafin again. Gets close to the first down, but he's going to be a yard short up the right side. Tackled by that linebacking crew we're talking about. Looks like Josh Eckerts, the junior from Frisco, making the stop. And it brings up a 3rd and 1.
So that play's been very effective for the Hornets out there as they've made that screen pass to the wide receiver. Roos have not been able to stop it yet.
Bell to the left side this time. He gets the handoff and he gets the first down and about 3 more yards. They move the chains up to the 26-yard line. Actually, it's a gain of 6. As the lights come on and the sun goes down, it's 1st and 10, and a good catch on the sidelines. It looks as if Aaron Zeckman gets a foot down, and he does. On 1st down, pickup of about 7, 2nd and 3, 34-yard line.
Really good toe tap. If you're going to keep Trey Brewer from intercepting it, that's where you have to throw it.
And the Hornets offense, after a slow start, looks like they have gotten into midseason form here. They are moving the ball slowly but accurately, and now just taking a knee as that play looked like it was dead from the start.
Yeah, good job there by the defensive line. That's number 95 for the Roos. That's Fernando Delgado, the sophomore from Dallas, Texas, went to W.T. White, and he was able to really kind of stuff that one right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 3, another opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Scoop into the left. Hannafin misses it through his hands. Had the first down and more, but the footsteps of number 25, Marshall Majors, were looming behind him, and the Roos get the stop they need.
Yeah, the real good break there for the Roos because I think that just kind of went through Hannafin's hands, and
That's a catch he's been making all night.
He had missed too many, so
the punter, Corson Moat, back on the field. And this one skied and short, fair catch made and caught at the 41-yard line by Dakota Lowry. And it's going to be the Roos taking back over at their own 40, 60 yards away from pay dirt. It's been a minute since they've scored, but the good thing, they're only down by 4. All they need is one good drive here. They're right back in it.
Yeah, and that first drive of the second half was a great drive. They just didn't finish it. But we're going to see Jalen Dalton on the sideline, and we're going to see Leighton come on in. He took the second series in the first half as well until he fumbled it, and we didn't see him again. So let's see what he can do now.
Dalton's 9 of 11 for 100 yards. He gives way to Leighton Riviere, who's completed his only pass for 5 yards, and then he fumbled after a 15-yard run at the end of it. He gives it to Hudson, who gets tackled for a loss of 1 as he goes laterally to the left side. And Barrett Hudson, that's his 19th carry. He's got 40 yards, averaging 2.2 so far per rush.
You know, what we thought was going to be the strength of our offense was his offensive line, but this defensive line for the Hornets from Michigan, they're kind of pushing them around a little bit, and they keep doing it.
Since those first couple of drives, they have absolutely come to play. And here's Hudson again. This time he gets a little bit through that first level of the defense, but only for a gain of 3 or 4, so it brings up a 3rd and 7 upcoming. And when you don't get a lot of yards on first down and then only a couple on second, the Roos all night have been in this 3rd and medium to long situation. Another 3rd and 7 upcoming.
Yep, you know what's coming, but we're going to get to see the arm of Leighton here and see what he can do.
Riviere drops the snap. Now he picks it up. Looks deep. Nothing available. Throws it across the middle. He finds Johnson for a first down completion across the 50 down to the 47. Really good job by Leighton Riviere as he picks up the ball. Looks around, finds his 3rd option, and finds a completion.
Really good job of staying with the receiver as he was running out of the pocket. Looks back. You never want to see somebody throw it back against the grain, but he did. He's got a strong arm and put it right on target for the first down.
Roos needed that in a bad way, and here's Hudson. No, he fakes it and throws it over the middle to Gracie, who finds some room operating in the middle of the field. Just short of the first down marker as the clock hits triple zeros here at the end of the 3rd quarter. We will take a break and be back we're going to actually send it down to our handy sideline reporter, Chuck Licata. Chuck, how's it going down there as it turns from light to dark?
Yeah, it's interesting, but hey, it's fall, right? The temperature is beautiful. It's about 75 degrees here on the field. The temperature for the Roos defense, though, it's obvious what Kalamazoo is trying to do. They're keeping away from the defensive linemen of the Roos. They're doing everything they can to get quick plays and work around the defensive line. As you saw in offense, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get some quick hitters, kind of like mirror what the Kalamazoo offense is doing. And, Kirk, I'm not sure if they're seeing it, but the offensive line of Austin has not been as effective as now as they were in the first quarter.
100%.
And Chuck, it looks like you have a fan club down there. Well,
No.
He does have a fan club, but yeah. So finally, some offensive movement here with Leighton Riviere. Maybe it was time for Coach White to change things up, and he had forgotten about Riviere on the sidelines, it seems, for a bit.
Well, and you know what? We faked the handoff to Hudson. They fell for it, and then we were able to throw that quick hitter right over the middle. So I like to see some more of that RPO action and giving Riviere the opportunity to do what the defense gives them.
As we switch sides and come back, 15 minutes to play, Austin College hasn't scored since the first quarter. They're going to need some points here in the 4th. Deep pass. He's got a man who was open. It was Kress, but he just barely overthrows him on 2nd and 1, the first play of the 4th quarter, and Riviere would love to have that one back.
Boy, just put a little bit more air underneath it, let Kress run under and catch that, and he's in the end zone. He's in the corner of the end zone.
Kress looking for his 5th touchdown as a Roo. He had 4 last year to go along with 25 catches and 455 yards. That would have been the perfect time for his first touchdown of this season.
Yeah, he's already got 4 for 53 yards, but that would have really added to his total, almost put him right at or close to 100 yards for the day.
He's tied in receptions with Jeremiah Johnson, who's got 4 catches for 51 yards, and Tim Gracie, 3 catches for 20 yards. So the receivers, and here's Hudson on 3rd and 1, and he's racked and stopped for probably a loss of 1, and Barrett Hudson again stopped in his tracks. Going to bring up a 4th and 1 and another decision for Coach White.
I think the decisions go for it, but I think that he needs to realize that defensive line is in the backfield every single time. We need to do something a little bit different and try to slow down that pass rush.
You made a great point at the end of the third quarter. Something's happening with the offensive line right now that's causing Barrett Hudson to not be able to get much yardage. So here's 4th and 1 from the Hornets 38. First minute of the fourth quarter. Hudson steps up, 2 receivers to the right.
Didn't get it off in time. The play clock ran out.
Delay of game, and that's sometimes what you get with a brand new quarterback playing in his first game. The transfer, Leighton Riviere, it's going to be 4th and 6 now, and it's going to force Coach White's hand, and Austin College brings on the punt team once again. And to the left of us, you can hear which coaching staff is in this booth. The Hornets making some noise to the left of us.
Yeah, they made some adjustments at the line, and they were trying to change the play. They just didn't have enough time. I think Coach White needs to kind of help out his quarterback there and call the timeout himself and give him more time. That was a crucial play right there.
That was a game-turning play. Here's the punt by Vickery, and it's another good one. It bounces down to the 10 and pass to the 8 before taking a swift turn off the exit ramp out of bounds. So the Hornets will take over, still with that 14-10 lead. 13:44 now left in the game as these minutes are going to start ticking away.
Yeah, and you're putting a lot of pressure now on this young defense to keep making plays and keep stopping this Hornets offense, which they've done a really good job for the most part, but they've been out there for a lot of this second half and a lot of the first half too, unfortunately.
So Dawson Scoopin, the 6'4 quarterback, back out, and he hands off to Connor Bell, who's been his workhorse tonight. Bell, his 13th carry, only 38 yards now.
Sandoval made a big hit him right at the line of scrimmage, and he was able to fall forward for a couple.
Bell's longest run has only been 9 yards, so they've kept him in check, but he's gotten a couple of crucial first downs. And here it's 2nd and 10. Scoopin throws left on the screen and covered well by the Austin College defense out there in the secondary. It's number 59 once again.
It's Cameron Barmettler, the junior from Danbury, Texas. Big play there. They've run that wide receiver screen multiple times, and they were actually finally able to stop them from a big gain.
And here's 3rd down. Rue's defense needs a stop, and they get one. A big stop as the Hornets try to shake things up and run it on 3rd and long.
That's Marshall Majors who came up and made that hit at strong free safety and prevented him from getting the first down. I mean,
he's made a couple of big tackles at big times today.
Just like his dad. His dad played on the national championship team and was a big-time player for the Roos and couldn't be prouder. This is his 4th son who's going through Austin College and big Roos supporter. His wife went to Austin College as well.
Awesome for the Majors family. Marshall getting it done tonight. Back to punt again, Corson Moat. The junior gets this one off, probably his best effort of the night, but there is a flag Kirk alerts me to back at the 2-yard line.
Hopefully it's not on the defense, because if it is, it's going to be enough for a first down.
That was the 4th Moat punt of the night as the official comes to the near sideline.
So I think they're asking Tony Joe what he wants to do, and I think you just decline it and be happy with the ball at your 46-yard line.
Absolutely, and I think Austin College, it's an illegal formation on the Hornets. I think Coach White just somehow, fortunately, got himself out of that pickle on that false start on that 4th down where they were going to go for it. Instead of calling a timeout, a 3-and-out by the defense, and essentially you've lost 2 minutes and you're right back at 1st and 10 where you were punting from, just trading the ball back and forth. 1st down and 10, basically like you got that 4th down.
Your defense did exactly what you needed them to do, and they've been very reliable and very good. Now it's the offense's turn, and more importantly, it's the offensive line turn. They need to change the the momentum in this game.
I thought Riviere played well on the last possession, but it's Talton who's back on the field, and Hudson gets the first carry. Gang tackled by about 5 Hornets. No gain on the play at the 49-yard line, and there's a Kangaroo down. Eliel Sandoval, who's been a critical piece of this defense. No, it's not Sandoval. It's Jeremiah Johnson. But is it Johnson? There's 2 number 1s.
Yeah, he's the offensive wide receiver that's
yes,
out there.
Right.
I pointed the wrong guy first.
Nope. It's tough with 2 number 1s.
Yeah, he's been a crucial player.
Looks like another cramp.
Key player. It looks like a cramp, but he's rolling around like it was more. I'm glad to see it's just a cramp because that's an easy fix, and get some Gatorade and pickle juice or whatever you got to do to get him back out there.
So it was interesting in talking with Coach Zorbo before the game, Kirk, while we have a second. Coming down here, I was under the assumption that Kalamazoo team bust down here, but no, he said they flew. As I was looking at their 2-deep lineup for Kalamazoo, all but 2 players from the state of Michigan. And as Coach Zorbo said, some of these kids were taking a plane for the first time yesterday down for the game. Yeah,
that's really interesting and really neat that, that's what, college athletics provides some of these kids is an opportunity that they wouldn't have otherwise. And I think it's very special that, Austin College got to go there last year, and now they get to come here this year, and it's something they'll remember for the rest of their life.
Coach Zorbo and Coach White making it happen, and both have tremendous respect for each other. Back to play here. Jeremiah Johnson able to walk off the field, and Talton keeps it himself. Gain of 2. Some good sportsmanship there after that hit between Talton and number 22, Josh Anderson the second. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Another big 3rd down here for Austin College.
Talton was looking for the quick pass to Kai Simpson, but he wasn't open and had to kind of just eat it himself and was able to pick up about 3 yards.
Zion Stewart in the backfield. He picks up a block. Beautiful catch at the sideline by Kress. And it's complete. He gets his feet in. The referee says yes. The line judge gives Kress the catch, his 5th of the day. Move the chains, ruse.
That ball's out of bounds, but that catch is good in the NFL at the next level. He got both feet down, drug the feet as they slid into the sideline. Great catch, great pass there by Jalon.
And that ball was out of bounds. He kept it in. What a play by Kress. Talton on 1st and 10 from the 35. He slips going out of bounds. Does he pick up any yardage? No. Tackled or brought out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Our left guard, Jack Nelson, number 51, just pancaked the defensive lineman right in front of the head linesman or head referee, and I kept thinking maybe we're going to get a holding penalty, but it was a legit pancake block. Good job there by number 51, Jack Nelson.
They're still hitting out there as we approach 10 minutes to play here on opening night. Talton across the middle, tipped before it gets to Kress, who had some space in front of him if he could have made the catch. 3rd down and 10 upcoming.
Yeah, he had some space. It was a good throw. Somebody just got a fingertip on it and pushed that ball, trajected it up in the air. Lucky there wasn't anybody around to pick it off, but it's going to bring up a big 3rd down here for the Roos. I think we're back with 10 minutes to go. I think we're back in two-play territory again, regardless of what happens on this play.
It would still be a 52-yard field goal from here. For reference, Balderas' long field goal last year was from 49. Talton, 3rd and 10, back to pass to the left side. He has his man Jeremiah Johnson, but it's incomplete. He was trying to ballet dance across the sideline and stay inbounds, but in the meantime, he couldn't hang on to the ball. It's going to be 4th down and 10 now from the 35-yard line, and you're, just as you said, Kirk, the offense is staying on the field. Dakota Landry comes on the field, and then he comes off the field. Barrett Hudson, and it's going to be a timeout ruse. This is quite the important play upcoming.
I like this timeout here. I think we got in the same situation in the last drive. We did not call the timeout. We ended up getting the delay a game, and it forced us to punt.
And during the timeout, we'll send it down to our sideline reporter, Chuck Licata. Chuck.
Ryan, thank you. Remember that football movie, The Replacements?
I've seen
where
it.
Shane Falco says, I want the ball. That's what Jeremiah Johnson did. He came up on the sideline. You saw him get hurt, came out of the game, but he told the coaches right away, hey, I'm good. I want in. I want the ball. Almost caught that one. Let's see what they can pull off on fourth down, guys.
He's got to make that catch, though. He did everything there but make the catch. Sort of like C.D. Lamb on Thursday night. And you were once number 88, Kirk.
Yeah, he didn't do the fraternity proud very well wearing the number. Yeah, so let's
Somebody's got to come up now and make a big play.
Back to the replacements. Let's put some stick 'em on the hands and let's just throw it up and let's make a play.
Biggest play of the game to this point. 4th and 10. 35 yards from pay dirt. Talton steps back to throw. Airs it down. He's got Johnson. Oh, and it's just broken up. It would have been a touchdown. Instead, it falls innocently to the ground, and the Hornets make the 4th down stop, and they'll take over from their own 35.
You know, that's one of those passes where you throw it short. I don't know if you threw it short on purpose, let your receiver come back to it. The problem was the defender never saw the ball and just kind of ran into it. He lucked into it. I mean, it just was a wrong. He was at the right place at the right time, but he had no idea he was there.
Jeremiah Johnson saw it the whole way, and he was coming back to make the catch.
There's still 9:58 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Plenty of time.
Again, we got to rely on this Ruse defense one more time to try to make a stop or make a play.
They've been asked to do a lot tonight. They were staked to a 10-0 lead, and that's been the last points for Austin College. And once again on first down, a huge stop by Fernando Delgado.
So Trey Brewer, he's the one that earlier guaranteed the interception, so he's due.
Now is the time to make good. So that's a loss of 2. And now Skupin comes to the line on 2nd and 12. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Fakes the handoff, throws it long and too far for number 5. Carson Moat, who doubles up as the punter. That was the first target to Moat.
You know what I've noticed is that we've kind of had a switch. Our defensive line has been very aggressive and has been getting penetration, whereas we thought our offensive line was, going to be our strength. I think our defensive line has really stepped up tonight and made some plays and put some pressure on the quarterback.
They have truly kept this team in the game. They have held Connor Bell to 15 carries for 44 yards. Here's a big 3rd and 10. Escaping the pressure, running forward, and Pablo Cantu comes out of nowhere, flying, making the stop 6 yards before the first down, and the Hornets are going to be forced to punt. Another big Austin College 3-and-out stop.
Great job by the secondary. He had nowhere to throw it, had to run. Pablo Cantu's playing the spy back there and was able to avoid the blocker and once again made the play and got the 3-and-out.
Dawson Skupin thought he had tons of room to run. You can see Cantu full of emotion, as he should be. His teammates celebrating with him. This punt almost goes over Moat's head. There's a flag down. He does get it away. Everybody's going to stay away from it. And it's going to be touched up by a Hornet at the 22-yard line. Let's see what that flag is for.
Might be a hold.
Or a false start, but that was another high snap by the long snapper of Kalamazoo.
They're coming to ask Coach White what he wants to do. So
James Kulakowski. That's always a good sign, right?
Yep.
Do they want to re-kick? And you may want to here after your punt team has run down the field.
I think you take the 10 yards or the 5 yards at the end of the play.
Then that's what they're going to do.
their punt team's been a little sketchy, but we really haven't returned any punts yet today. We're going to take the ball at our 25-yard line, 26-yard line with 8:32 to go here in the fourth quarter, and you put all the pressure back on your offense and say, all right, go do it.
Each time we do this, a few more minutes have come off the clock, and eventually Austin College is going to run out of minutes. One of these drives they've got to put together and get on the board. And here's a toss sweep to Jeremiah Johnson, who gets horse-collared around the back, and that's 15 yards after the play. The flag is caught by the defensive back, number 30, Brandon Speed, who just shakes his head. He knows what's coming. Personal foul against the Hornets. That's what Austin College, they're just fine with that.
And Chuck called it down there on the sideline. He said Jeremiah came off, said, I want the ball. They tried to throw it to him down there in the end zone and wasn't able to make the play. So, hey, what better way to guarantee you get the ball and hand it off to him?
And that's a play we haven't seen in the playbook. Came out right when they needed it. And Kalamazoo, trying to make the stop, got a little handsy. And a big gainer to the 42. A gain of 2, and then you add 15. It's 1st and 10 for Jaylon Talton. Johnson again in motion, stepping back. Good protection, but just too deep for Kress. He had a step or two, and Talton knows he missed his man. Just overthrown, overcooked that ball just a touch.
Yep.
He'd love to have that back.
A little more loft, a little bit less just, bullet so much, and he had him wide open and had broken free. The defense went with the other receiver who came out into the flat and left Kress wide open.
Talton, 6th incompletion of the night. He's 11 for 17. He drops back to pass again, and now he finds Kress in the flat, taking it up about 5 yards on the left side before he's brought down by Raymond Cargill. And the ref stops play. Let's make sure everybody gets up. And it looks like there's a Kalamazoo Hornet amidst that crowd of roos that's still down.
I'll tell you what, they tried to hit Michael Kress, who's 5'11", 190, and the guy that hit Michael Kress is the guy that's not getting up. So Michael Kress kind of lowered that shoulder and took the blow and delivered one too.
You said Kress is down?
No, Kress is the one that delivered the blow. They tried to hit Michael Kress, and sometimes
I can't see which Hornet is down. But that was a good catch by Kress. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4 when play resumes. Coach White, though, is going to move his offense away from the injury and use this as a timeout, which I think is pretty smart. Find the right play, as that's Cargill. No, that's number 30.
It's Brandon Speed.
Yep, who's been out there speeding around all night. He looks like he's going to be okay, which we like to see. And for Austin College, it gave them a chance to call up and dial in the play they want and make sure their team is on the same page here for a big 3rd and 4 from just before midfield.
Yeah, no, I think you're in one-play territory here, so I think you really got to get this first down to keep the chains moving. I don't think that we're in a two-play situation.
Not with 8 minutes to go. A big crowd on hand at Apple Stadium. 3rd and 4. Under 8 minutes to play. Talton steps back, fires it to Kress for a first down and another 8+ down to the 41-yard line of the Hornets. Kress takes a blow, but he holds on. He's down. He got the wind probably knocked out of him. He is such a tough kid.
He got bent over backwards. He got one guy who took him down low. His knees were down, and then they bent him backwards that your body's not supposed to contort, and took a big hit and did a really good job just holding on to the football, to be honest with you.
At this point, I think Michael Kress might be deserving of the game ball. Let's throw it down to Chuck Licata. Chuck, what'd you see?
Is the volume not working?
Unfortunately, Chuck's microphone is a little bit.
It's on the injured reserve as well.
Yeah, he and Michael Kress are going to have to go in the hot tub maybe, or his microphone at least. But a huge play by Kress. You know, it's hard, as you know, as a slot receiver yourself, hanging on to the football. When you take a hit like that as Kress gets up and he gives him a fist coming to the sideline, those are the hard ones to keep.
Yeah, that's tough. But that's his 7th catch for 81 yards, and they've all been tough catches and tough yards to come by. And he's done a fantastic job today leading the Roos in receptions and yards.
I mean, he's going to be sore tomorrow, but if he helps his Roos to a victory, it'll all be worth it.
It was a huge 3rd down conversion for
Yes.
the Roos. They really needed that one.
So now down to the 41. Talton needs another now. He drops the ball, picks it up before he's sacked by number 96, Nolan Janinga. Fortunate to come back with the football. Unfortunate to take a 9-yard loss, but Austin College at least gets another down to play with.
Looked like he went to pump a quick pass, and it wasn't there. And when he went to tuck it and run, he wasn't able to get all the way down, dropped it, and then just had to kind of fall on it at that point.
2nd and long. This one's complete to Jeremiah Johnson, who gets back to the original line of scrimmage. And was that 3rd down? That
was just 2nd. This should be
yeah,
3rd down
I thought it
right
was
now.
2nd down. The scoreboard operator just a little bit ahead of himself. So the dime package for Kalamazoo comes onto the field for 3rd and 12.
Another big 3rd down play here. Now I think we might be into that 2-play territory.
Under 6.5 minutes to go. Talton surveying the field. He's going to scramble. Can he get past his man? Yes, he tries to jump out of bounds and get an extra couple of yards. He's taken out at the 39 by Cargill. Raymond Cargill, the junior from Grand Rapids. And it's going to be another big 4th down for Austin College, and it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field.
Man, they did not give him the benefit of the doubt there. It looks like he stepped out a little bit earlier, but it was one-on-one. I think if he gets past Cargill, he gets that first down easily. If he can just stay in bounds, that was the biggest problem he had right there. But big 4th down play here.
0 for 2 so far. The 3rd attempt on 4th down. Spinning is Talton trying to get rid of it. Has his throw blocked, and it's incomplete. Another Hornet stop on defense. And the Austin College defense is going to be asked once again to make a big defensive stand.
Again, that defensive line was in the face of Talton. The offensive line was just not really helping out much.
It seems as if Coach White is starting to run out of answers. He keeps asking the questions, but his offense just can't get that final piece. Dawson scooping, hands it off to Bell, who's stacked up 2
By
yards.
who?
Pablo Cantu doing a little ditty in the backfield where he's been all night long. Loss of 2.
Yeah, Cantu spent more time in that backfield than the running back there.
That's Cantu's 10th tackle, his 6th solo tackle. 2nd and 12, the handoff to Bell it's Hannafin coming to the right side. He picks up 11. I think he's going to be a yard short of the 1st down. And so the pressure's on the Austin College defense here with 3rd and 1 as we tick down towards 5 minutes left in the game.
And Austin College only has 2 timeouts left, so they've got 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning that's coming up here in just 3 minutes.
Flip-flopping the defensive lineman. Hannafin the handoff. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Does he get the 1st down? Yes, but just barely. It's Bell. Connor Bell. I'm sorry, it's actually the backup, Kyler Majorana, his 2nd carry of the game, and it's a big 2 yards as he gets to midfield. And it gives Kalamazoo a chance to run some more time off the clock.
Got some fresh legs in there, and he hit that hole pretty quickly.
And
Was able to get that first down, but they're going to milk that clock now and take that play clock all the way down.
Here's Scoopin right at midfield. The offensive line standing on the roo. Tries to get out of danger. He runs up the right side, and Brewer knocks him down after a rush of 4 yards. Down to the 46. And Scoopin, that's his 20th carry of the game. He's inching towards 100 yards on the ground, the leading rusher by far for the Hornets.
I was really surprised when I saw him drop back to pass, but I think that was a run all the way. Ruse should have kind of recognized that and realized that he's not going to throw it more than likely right in this scenario, especially on second down or on first down. They're trying to milk as much clock as possible.
He's essentially their second running back, or their first. Here comes Mariona, and he's going nowhere. Pablo Cantu is just a brick wall in that middle linebacker position. You are not going to get past him, and the Roos call timeout here with 3:22 and a big third down coming from Austin College's 35-yard line. And they have been tested all night long and only giving up 14 points. Usually that's enough. And you probably would have thought so after the way the Roos offense came out tonight. 10 points on 2 drives. But I think now you can point to a bunch of critical points that the Roos could have and now should have put some points on the board. And a couple of critical plays went against them. You can think of when they got the ball on the turnover, 1st and goal, they settled for the field goal, the 4th and 1 to start this half, giving the ball up, not scoring on that 4th and goal, and then the Hornets scoring their touchdown on 99-yard drive. A couple of those things go the other way. It's a different game.
Yeah, the turnover really hurt us, but at the end of the day, you've got to give credit to the Hornets' defense because they were kind of getting blown out of here. They were on skates. That defense line was on skates to start the first 2 series, and then they made some adjustments somehow, and now they're in the backfield of the Roos. So
they've persevered. They have absolutely persevered. Their trip down to Texas, and now they try to hold on to get their first win of the season. It's 3rd and 5. Scoopin, dropping back, pursued, trying to run to the first down marker. He gets it, and he's down to the 30 and passed it to the 26. A big first down for Dawson Scoopin with 3:13 left in the game. And they're actually going to take him back to the 36, but nonetheless a first down for the Hornets.
Scoopin got outside. McKnight was chasing him down, and it became the angle at that point. Scoopin had the angle and was able to get the corner and then went out of bounds. Now, I think if you're coach, you want to have a talk with Scoopin and say, hey, next time let's stay inbounds and run that clock some more. But that'll be
running because of the first down, I guess. Or they kept him in. Either way, it's running to 2:40 now on first down. And they run the ball again to Connor Bell, who's stacked up and thrown down in the middle of the field. By Jeremiah Johnson's body double, Alil Sandoval. And we're going to hit 2 minutes and the 2-minute timeout, and the Roos are only going to be able to stop it one more time. There's no way he takes a snap here, right?
No, he's trying to draw the defense off sides right there and hopefully pick up an extra 5 yards or something.
Okay, let's try this again. Now we'll send it down to Chuck Licata on the Roos sideline.
Hey, guys, thank you. Certainly you can't blame the defense. They have kept this a one-score game. Pablo Cantu, I don't know if he's going to be the team captain or not, but, man, he has been the spiritual heart and soul of this defense. They have been phenomenal. They have kept this a one-score game. And, guys, as I've heard you call on the game, they have spent a lot of time on this field, probably too much time, and they're working hard to get that ball back to give the offense at least one more try. Guys?
They need a stop now. It's now or never with 2 minutes to go. It's going to be 2nd and 6 when they come back from the 2-minute break at the Roos 32. It'd be a long field goal from here. The Roos can only stop it one more time, Kirk. So it's pretty much now or never to give the offense one more chance to pull out a win.
I think the Hornets are in two-play territory right here. I think their kicker has a good leg, but I don't know if that's going to be good enough to kick it from this far. I think it depends on what happens with this play.
So 2nd and 6, we're back in action. Bell up the middle, first down to the 15. And that is probably a result of the defense just getting tired, as that was the 74th play that they've been on the field for. Kalamazoo's run 15 more plays from scrimmage than Austin College tonight, and you can see a lot of hands on hips.
Yeah, that's a lot of plays. It's just a lot of plays. Now, we don't have that heat, so they're able to fight through it and last a little bit longer than you normally would this time of year. But and I think their coach was smart to bring a lot of guys in case it was warm.
So the clock ticks down to 80 seconds. Scoopin, hands off to Bell. Just an inside handoff. He's taken down, no gain. Cantu once again comes up shaking his right arm. Hopefully his shoulder's okay.
I probably can't feel a shoulder at this point anyway.
Double-digit tackles now. Austin College uses their last timeout.
Well, we kind of wondered who was going to step up when Brady Dygert graduated
Yes.
and led the team in tackles the last couple of years, and I think we know who our candidate is now. It's going to be Pablo Cantu, the senior from Kingswood, Texas, who's really stepped up tonight.
So if Austin College drops tonight, they will, either way, they will play next week on the road at Rhodes College at 6 p.m. And then our next broadcast will be on the 27th as Westgate Christian comes calling, followed by Centenary, the first conference game of the year. Both of those games also under the lights at 6 p.m. here on FloSports and Big Daddy Media. So we hope you'll join us all season long. And it looks as if with 71 seconds left, that's going to do it. Austin College can't stop the clock, but only one more time. And that is going to put it on ice. Maybe that was their last timeout.
Well, they didn't use it, so they're going to just let them just run it out, I guess.
I think they did use it, and it should be 0 because now it'll be 3rd down. They'll have to take the last snap with 30 seconds, and they can run out the clock. And so, unfortunately, on opening day, Austin College scores the first 10 points, but they give up 2 touchdowns, and that is going to do it. And they will lose a tough battle with the Kalamazoo Hornets. Austin College goes down 14-10 here at Apple Stadium. A hard-fought battle by both of these teams. Both teams played incredibly hard. This game truly could have gone either way. Austin College, at the end of the day, just couldn't find that last way to punch it back in the end zone to answer back the 2 scores by Kalamazoo.
Offensively, they just didn't have what it takes to make a big play here in the second half, whereas the Hornets were able to make a couple big plays when they were backed up, had their backs against the wall, and they made the adjustments they had to be able to drive down and score and put it away.
They had, I don't know how many possessions, Kirk, in the second half, each time needing to score a touchdown, and, every which way, they just couldn't get that final play, that final touch. I keep going back to that fourth down and goal at the 1-yard line where Barrett Hudson tried to go over the top, and he just couldn't get any leverage over the top. And that actually probably was the play of the game because the Hornets took it from there 99 yards on the ensuing possession, captured the momentum. That was the one time the Ruse defense bent and broke 99 yards to take the lead that after that they wouldn't relinquish.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. It was that 4th and goal from the 1, but then really the defense did a fantastic job. They backed them up to the next 2 plays, and they only got maybe 6 inches, and it was that 3rd and 9 that they had with their backs against the wall that they got that big play that took it all the way out to the 40. And at that point, I think the momentum really had just changed.
Well, with points seeming to come so easily in college football, and last year following Austin College, you saw they put up almost 35 points a game. You're thinking that you're going to score more, and that 14, it's not a big deal that Kalamazoo put up a second touchdown, that, there's going to be more scores coming. And for Austin College, it just never came. They just couldn't find a way to penetrate that Kalamazoo defense and ultimately get those points on the board. They came close, but they just couldn't break them at the end of the day, and it all adds up to a 4-point defeat in their home opener. But while it's a defeat, there's a lot of good things to take as well from this performance.
Defensively, I think Coach has to be really happy with our defense and how they performed. Offensively, I think we need to go back and look at that O-line, because that was what was supposed to be the heart and soul of our team, and they ended up, letting penetrations in and really kind of stopped us in key moments.
And especially on that 4th and goal, it was the offensive line that just couldn't get the leverage. So our friend Chuck Licata has found a couple of guests still lingering down on the field. Chuck, what do you got for us?
Hey, Brian. So, obviously, the game didn't end like we wanted to, but these 2 ladies headed up a cheerleader team that really put the fight in and made it a fun day for the cheerleaders with Jessica Hunt and Autumn Vance. How about that? Not bad, right? Not bad for an old man. Ladies, talk about what it was like this first college football game, being the head of the cheerleader corps.
I just feel like as the captain of the cheer team, it's really important to keep high energy, and I think that we did a really good job, even though we didn't end with the score that we wanted. I felt like we kept the crowd engaged, and that's really important, especially for the home opener.
Yeah. Autumn?
And I think the students did a really good job of cheering with us and just getting involved in the game.
Was everybody excited because it was the first home game of the year?
Oh, yeah. Yep. There was lots of talk around campus about our home opener. Yeah.
So what did you see as the game went on? What was your job with your cheerleader crew as captains? What was your job to do with them?
We call a lot of the cheers, and so we make sure that the crowd stays engaged, and then we also do a lot of the dances as well. We call those. Just focus on the game and call the cheers.
Well, hopefully the next one in a couple weeks is going to be a little bit better than this, but you had a lot of fun today, right?
Yeah, of course we did. Yep.
And your crew had fun as well, right?
Yep. Always. It's a blast. Games. Yep.
All right, ladies, great job. Thank you
so much.
Jessica and Autumn.
Thank you.
Brian, it was a lot of fun for the crowd. Obviously, the score didn't go as we wanted. Guys got to tweak some things, but it's going to be a lot of fun calling college football here for Austin College this year, for sure.
Absolutely, and thank you, ladies, and thank you, Chuck. Some of the pageantry and atmosphere that comes along with college football, win or lose, and especially in Division III. Obviously, you want to win, but there is so much more that comes with being a student athlete, Kirk. You were there once, and, you learn things, obviously, when you win, but there's a lot to be learned from a defeat like this. You're going to go into class next week, and, you're going to get ready for roads. Game on the road. You're going to take your first trip of the season for a lot of these freshmen. Have to learn to play on the road. It's going to be a whole different work week from the football side of things, getting ready for that. And it's going to be a very different challenge as this team heads on the road.
Yeah, and there's a lot that goes into those road, we talked about the road trips and everything else, but for freshmen and for even the young guys, there's a lot that goes into, especially a long trip like that to roads. You're going to have to plan, and you know what? The truth of the matter is these guys are student athletes, so the student comes first and studies come first. That first week that they just had a couple weeks ago, has passed them. They've got tests coming up now and other things that they have to plan for, but that's what the Austin College student does, and that's what the student athlete does. So they'll be ready for it. They'll make the adjustments they need to and be ready.
Well, a big congrats to the Kalamazoo Hornets. They showed up today. Their crowd, a large one, will head back to Michigan, and the Kalamazoo Hornets, they will head back to Kalamazoo before continuing on with their schedule next week. They start a 2-game homestand against Bethany and Anderson, trying to build off that 4-6 season that they had a year ago. So with that, that's going to do it for opening night here at Austin College. A couple of thank yous to pass along. Of course, everyone at Austin College, including Athletic Director Michelle Philander, Jeff Kelly, keeping us and getting us ready and doing everything under the sun that goes unnoticed, and then some more. We appreciate it all. Emilio Juarez, our QA tonight. Ethan, our student camera operator, doing a great job. Ethan Kirstein, our other camera operator, giving you those angles and tight shots and all that. Chuck Licata down on the field for all of his reporting. Zach Holmes, our production producer extraordinaire. And of course, couldn't have done it without my friend Kirk Hughes here up in the booth. And I'm Brian Scott, and want to thank you all for joining us on this opening night as we take you through the Kangaroos athletic season here in Sherman, Texas. We will be back, and we hope you join us for the next home game, which will be in 2 weeks after this team goes on the road to Rhodes College. They'll be back here at Apple Stadium on September 27th, another 6 p.m. kickoff against Westgate Christian. And then the 4th of October, also under the lights against Centenary. The Gentlemen will be coming to town, and those games can both be seen here on FloSports. So once again, for Kirk Hughes, I'm Brian Scott saying so long. Once again, your final score from Apple Stadium. Kalamazoo Hornets 14. Your Austin College Kangaroos 10. We'll see you next time.